I'm hungry. Let's go. You're the host, right?
I'm not. This is our show.
Huh?
This is our show.
But you're the. See, we're too close.
No, but we
We're
need
too
to be.
close.
But we need to be.
Huh?
Just don't talk like an Italian.
I have to, okay?
You don't have to be an Italian, huh?
That's
Because
racist.
I'm like part Italian or whatever.
That's still racist. I don't care.
I can be racist. I'm fucking raised.
That was a new meow. I never heard that one. Start it.
Welcome to the Certified Amateurs.
Are we still calling it that?
We don't know if we're still calling
The
ourselves
Certified Amateurs Podcast. In Mikasa's house. Mikasa's
Trademark.
house.
Mikasa's house.
Mikasa's.
Welcome to the Certified Amateurs Podcast, TM. For now, until we rebrand with a different name that doesn't elicit porn. Alright.
We gotta let that go. Kidding.
The cats went through me. I was in a rhythm there.
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to do that.
Shut up, Marshall. Anyway, we're here today to talk about our favorite TV shows of the decade. This is part 2 of series where we go through our top 10 pieces of media for certain mediums throughout the decade.
Okay. I'm happy to be here, Chief.
You seem real happy.
I'm really happy. But this is a very hard list to make. You know why?
Hard list.
Because I didn't watch a lot of movies. TV shows this decade. Did you?
Like, I thought I did. I really thought I was like, this is the golden age of television. All my favorite shows have taken place in this decade. And then I went to go write this list, and it's like, yikes.
I should just put The Office for 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, The Office, technically...
It started in 2005.
It started in 2004 or whatever. Yeah, okay, but...
Or 4 or whatever.
Yeah. But it ended like 2013.
When it was not that good.
That's true.
And Michael Scott was gone by then. Probably.
Well, you're not going to like my guesses for your list then. So
why would you get...
Shut...
Can we... This is a hard list to make, but there were some good TV shows this decade.
There was.
But I mostly watched TV shows from last decade or so. This is gonna be a shitty video. Okay.
Maybe I'll introduce you to some that you should watch that are actually really good.
Okay, I won't introduce you to anything. I'm sorry. Let's do this.
All right.
You want to guess?
So first off, we're gonna do what we did last time with movies. We are gonna try to guess each other's top 10.
I have like a top 2.
Or we're gonna try to guess at least some of the.
Yeah.
I did a whole list of 10 for this.
Oh yeah, so you actually did your work.
This time I did. Last time, we're not gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Go first. Yeah.
All right. This is what I think. This kid.
He doesn't know me. Okay.
I've never met him in my life. This is what I think he put as his top 10 favorite TV shows of the past decade. So, number 10. And I'm probably not right on the order at all.
No.
But if this even
I'm not
made
even
an
right on my order.
honorable mention, or if you made the list, I'd be surprised. But I thought, Castlevania. You talked about it with me. I know you like video games. You like anime.
Mm-hmm.
Anime video game.
That doesn't always make it good.
I knew I was going to be wrong, though.
Well,
I just couldn't have another guess. I was like, oh, he likes anime. I don't know the name of any anime.
Wait, are we including anime in this? I didn't.
It's a
include
TV show, right?
I didn't include anime.
Well, then, okay. I only had, like, 2 animes, because I thought they were, like...
Okay, I wouldn't add that to my list.
I
think that's a separate thing.
I would have let you add it. But if it's a series, right?
Well, no, I'm talking about anime as a genre. But that's not... That was made by Western animators, I think, mostly.
Castlevania.
Yeah. But it was just an anime aesthetic. It had some Japanese animators. But I liked it. I'm not the biggest fan of Castlevania.
You're gonna hate me.
Hold on a second. That's a good show. I haven't finished it yet, though, so
okay.
I couldn't... And I forgot that thing existed. I forgot. Did you like it?
I haven't watched it.
You didn't? Oh,
I want to. I've been meaning to watch it, but I haven't actually started.
I forgot it existed.
I did
Netflix stopped.
I did too until today,
I've seen
and then
so
I
much
was like,
Shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you about to say?
No, she's agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright. Number 9. I'm gonna whiff on this one. The Office.
No! The decade!
The decade.
It was most of the
Ends
show.
in 2013.
Do you want me to clarify what the decade
I
is?
know the rules, but we agreed that there's gonna be some shows that starting like late or
That would be number 1 if it was the 2000 decade. 2000 to 2009. This is 2000.
I understand that.
10, 9.
It did have a run in the new decade. That's the only
A
reason.
terrible run.
It
Not
was probably its
terrible run.
worst seasons. I will.
Why would I have it on my decade?
I don't know, cause still like.
Okay, I love The Office more than anything, probably, comedy-wise, and that'll probably be my number 1. So you'll be right on that.
I would be. Okay. I'm wrong. Can we just?
You're wrong.
Just agree.
I love it when you're
I'm
wrong.
fucking wrong.
You're never wrong. So
I'm never right. I'm just never right.
just come on. You're disgusting.
I'm just kidding. Like so. Number 8. I put Parks and Rec,
Yeah, that's on the list.
which started at 2009, but by my rules, that still counts because 2009. Okay, like that's one season. It's like its worst season too, right?
Yeah.
So its best seasons were in this decade, and most of its run was in this decade. So, and Parks and Rec was on your list.
Yes, it is.
See, I knew it. That's a great show.
It is a great
Of course,
show.
it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7.
It's not from this decade, but
I don't know if you're gonna hate me.
okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
doing it.
I already
again.
hate you right now because you don't know how to follow directions. How did you graduate? You would have failed.
I'm trying to pick stuff like okay, like some shows are on for a long time,
Okay.
so they have a life in both decades. This one especially.
The
like,
Office, I can't.
Okay.
Forgive you for
Maybe you'll forgive me for this.
but
one.
everything else, I can't.
Maybe you'll forgive me for this one. South Park.
South Park?
Yeah, well, that's been on since like the '90s, right? But it's got like its own, but
No.
it's still.
No, I know.
You're not counting that.
I'm not counting that at all.
But it's doing like its own. It's still had like you've told me even like these past few years, like it's at its best right now, right?
Not anymore. It was at its best like a couple years ago.
Right.
I
That's
started watching
a couple
it.
years ago, still the
Yeah.
new decade. But it didn't end up on your list.
Not at all. I didn't even give it a thought.
You always, this kid, you always.
Well, should I put The Simpsons on here?
No, The Simpsons sucks.
I know, but if it
But
were
you
good,
love South Park. That's my point.
Okay.
You always like, bro.
We should have talked about this before. We should have talked about it.
You always be like, bro, you should watch South Park. Watch South Park.
Yeah, I would want you to start from the beginning, which was the 90s, which was 2 decades ago.
You wanted me to watch the newer seasons because they were good. That's
Okay,
what
yeah,
you
I
said.
did. Okay, we had a completely different thought process on this.
Fucking shit show is what.
Okay, all right, now I get what you're coming from. Okay, now I'm pissed, but it's fine. This would have been a lot easier list to make. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know. Okay. This is gonna be so
limited myself so much.
I think I'm gonna get a couple in the top ones. I think.
Okay, go
They're
ahead.
definitely gonna be on there.
You getting me hot? I'm hot. No, I don't like this.
6, I put Shameless.
Shameless is on there.
Is on there? I knew it. Okay. 5, I couldn't remember if you watched this one, but I thought you did. I had a hard time thinking about shows that we watched.
Yeah, me too.
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's on there?
Mm-hmm.
See? Okay. I got a couple.
Yeah, you're impressive.
4, I know you're not gonna have this one because I guess you didn't count animes, but I said Attack on Titan. Because it's the only anime I know.
That's a good show.
It's like the only anime I know. Besides,
I know.
I don't watch
I know.
anime.
That might have been on my top anime list, but it would have been probably honorable mention, maybe.
Alright.
But it's a good show. That's a good guess.
3, I put Game of Thrones, even though last season was really bad.
Yeah.
I know you like Game of
had
Thrones.
to.
I knew it was probably in your top 10.
That defined the 2010s.
Probably
And it started in the 2010s, but go ahead. Perfect choice.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
See, I knew I'd get a couple.
You spoiled all my list mostly.
Yep, and then Breaking Bad. See, we all know Breaking Bad's gonna be on there. We all know Breaking Bad, they're like givens.
Breaking Bad's not on there.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on there. You know why?
Because it
Because-
started in 2008.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
But it's glory years. We're in the decade.
They had the first two seasons.
I thought we agreed Breaking Bad was gonna be
half of it is in the 2000s. basically.
No, not half of it.
Almost.
It starts in 2008. There's 5 seasons. And there's like a 5A and 5B, so it's like 6 years.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna add that.
So it's like a third.
I'm adding that to my list.
A third of it.
I'm adding that to my list. I'm adding it to my list since you want to do that.
1/3. We're starting off great. This is.
I hate you. You're not my friend anymore. You're not, we're canceling it. Okay, let's go on. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. He's now going against my list. If he doesn't murder me.
Daredevil.
No.
Number what?
No. I guess it would be an honorable. I didn't do any honorable mentions because I had a hard time even naming 10. But I guess that would probably be an honorable mention. Daredevil is a phenomenal show.
What other Marvel? It has to be a Marvel show,
No.
right? What?
If you guess Marvel, I did no Marvel shows. I did not like the Marvel shows that much. Like, they were good. Daredevil was the best one.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. That's one reason why.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones were okay. Season 1. Season 2, both those were pretty shitty.
Really?
I never watched Iron Fist. I watched one episode of Iron Fist. I was like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. And then I watched Defenders, and that was pretty poopy too. So
I've never even heard of that.
that's like it's where they're all together.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like the thing that was leading up to that.
There's another show. Gotham.
Gotham, no, that show sucks. I love Batman. And I watched that show for like, obviously like 10 episodes because Batman's like my favorite dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the worst fucking show. It's so bad, dude. It's the writing's just so bad.
It didn't look good. I didn't even. My brother watched it. I'm like, I'm good.
No, it's trash. It's trash TV.
The Walking Dead.
Nope.
The Walking Dead's not on there.
Not on my list. Cause you know what, The Walking Dead was great the first couple seasons, but I hated the rest of it so much that I couldn't even include it. Like season 1 through 3 are really good, but everything else is shit.
I guess Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Of course. Black Mirror.
Yes.
I'm not sure about the rank.
Yeah,
but
it's on there.
Breaking Bad.
Yes.
But Breaking Bad 2. Game of Thrones 1. Don't. That's what I guessed.
Okay.
That's all I guessed. That's all I got because I don't know what the fuck you got.
Actually, I think I'm gonna introduce you to some good stuff that you guys should watch.
Okay.
So that's the good news. Is I got some stuff on here that like if you haven't seen, I think you actually would like. So now we got that painful process.
Oh, painful.
I'm
mad at you.
Yeah, I know you're like actually mad.
Because you don't listen. You try to say The Office. You try to say the
It was on in the decade. So was South Park. South Park's on in every decade.
Okay. We'll talk about this later.
It doesn't have to start. Okay, like when are you gonna be able to include South Park then? Because it starts.
I think. Okay, maybe.
Don't you want to watch this when it finishes?
It's never gonna finish.
I know it's never gonna finish.
It's like
that's
a
my
topical
point.
show. That's why I didn't count it. You think about CSI, like the other shows that Law and Order. Like I don't think of it.
No, because those are trash.
Well,
and you said
it's a different beast. Okay, maybe when I just
the point is that's why I thought about including it. I also did this list about 10 minutes before I came over.
I did this list when we were starting.
When you were here.
Yeah, this is not a good one, guys. I'm sorry. Whoever watches this. Okay, we want to do the list now.
Our list is probably gonna be better than the guesses, right?
Yeah.
We'll have some actual, hopefully, decent discussion at some point in this whole thing.
All right, I gotta change my list now. One thing.
Change your list.
Because you're adding stuff. Okay, let's do this.
All
right. Honorable mentions for me. I only have a couple.
I don't have any honorable.
Adventure Time.
That's a good show.
It was a good show. I wanted to add it, but I haven't watched enough of it. Have you seen You?
I haven't watched it.
It's good.
You like it?
It's
I don't know what
it's good though.
I don't know what to think of it because everybody likes it, so I feel like it's one of those things that like just basic people like. But Game of Thrones is the same way. I like Game of Thrones.
Everybody likes Game of Thrones. So
exactly. It's so basic, so.
It's okay to be basic. Sometimes.
It's not. No, it's not. I have to be hip, okay?
Oh my gosh.
I got a couple hip things on this list.
You was pretty good. I don't think you like it though. I liked it though. Master of None. I know you didn't like it.
I only watched it the first couple. It wasn't bad. I just like was so bored. I just stopped. Like I heard it's good. I also just like
I liked it.
I didn't like the humor. I didn't get it, and I love Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, I do too.
No, I don't understand why I didn't like it.
I didn't like it that much at first, but you continue on. It gets and it's pretty good. Like each episode is about a little bit different.
I like the topics they address. There's
Yeah.
more like just the humor and the acting. I just like didn't care for it. And like I said, it doesn't make sense because I think that Aziz is funny. Like I love his stand up, and I feel like I should have loved this show, and I didn't.
Was it written by him? It had to be, right?
Yeah, I thought it was like written and directed by him too.
I feel like he's acting like his just normal self. That's just
He
funny.
was. It was kind of like the rest of the actors. I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Something about it just didn't really. The rest of the cast,
Yeah.
like the characters, just didn't really click with me. You know?
I don't remember much about it, but I remember liking it at
Yeah.
the time, so that's why I didn't make my list. I mean that's about it for honorable mentions.
Yeah. No.
Not for you.
I probably could have, because I did move some stuff around this list. So I guess, yeah, some got knocked off. Like True Detective.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
one that's an honorable mention. I
love
guess
the first
because
season.
the first season's super good. Second season's shit.
Yeah.
Season 3 was pretty good too. With
I haven't seen it.
Mahershala Ali.
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty good. Better than season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I probably had another one on here, but I can't remember what it is. So, True Detective.
Man, my list sucks. Go ahead. You go first. No, I'll go first because I don't like my list.
All right.
Number 10, The Walking Dead.
Oh my god, for real?
Because I love the first couple seasons, man.
First couple seasons of The Walking Dead
It's
are
great.
really good. And I thought about adding it to the list, but I just thought about how much I hated just about every season after number 3. And I
Number
couldn't.
3? What was after number 3?
Number 3 was the one with the prison, where they were first at the prison, and the governor had his little town or whatever. And that was the first time we saw the governor, right? And I was like, that season.
You don't like the governor?
No, he was a great villain.
Okay.
But he, died in like season 4 or whatever?
Yeah,
I can't
something
remember.
like that. Spoilers. Who cares? But yeah, I think it went downhill after that.
Oh,
The
wait,
governor.
no. Because
Yeah.
like that was like the big season, and then like season 4, I remember it because it was like the turning point for me. There was like the first half of season 4, they were all dying of that disease in the prison. You remember
Mhm.
that? And then, like the governor just came out of nowhere. Like I guess he'd been alive that whole time.
Yeah.
And he came and he chopped off his head, Herschel, with a sword. Spoiler alert.
That was sweet.
That was sweet, but like okay, there's like 6 episodes of nothing, and then climax where it's just like crazy shit. And honestly, that's the formula they followed for the rest of the series. It was
I
just
can't.
like 6 episodes of literally them walking,
Yeah.
people dying pointlessly,
Oh, so bad.
so bad. Like
this is how that's what I'm telling you why this list is so bad because I can't think of better shows than this that I've watched in the decade.
yeah,
I try to stay in the decade. Okay, that's why
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
I tried to be a little more. Like, actually, most of my stuff is still like 2010, like started 2010. Like there's only like the one I think is Breaking Bad. You know it's gonna be on there.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. That started before in Parks and Rec, but the rest actually all started after 2010.
It's just well I just like to think of The Walking Dead. It was really good.
When it was good, I will say Walking Dead was really good. But yeah, those last like they fall in the. I stopped watching the season with Negan. I think it was.
I stopped watching this episode after Negan, and because they went to somewhere else where it was interesting again, and then they just went to some other character that I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
And
that's what
that
they always do.
one season where they was following the one girl, the young girl, I forgot her name, where she spoilers
Oh, Beth.
dies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
what
it's
was the
terrible.
point of that?
That's what and they do that with everybody, like, on that show. They'll, like, follow them for, like, a whole episode or a couple episodes, and they'll have this arc, and then they'll just die.
Yeah.
Because the arc won't even finish, and it's just like, what is the point of setting all this up? Like, do you remember the one guy, Tyrese,
Mhm.
or whatever?
What was it?
Like, they kept building up his arc, and he's got so much screen time, and then he dies in, like, the worst way.
I
Like, he
think-
dies, like, just in some random episode.
I think they're just saying like, oh, anything can happen.
I get that.
This
and-
was bullshit though.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, like, the world's not safe, but then don't spend all this time developing a character that you're just gonna kill, because then, like, why do I have to invest in the show?
Yeah.
You know, like, it works at first when you say, oh, nobody's safe, because it raises the stakes, right? That's why I think Game of Thrones was so effective.
Yeah.
Because, like, you never felt like anybody was safe, but usually they at least got some kind of arc, right?
Yeah.
You know? And The Walking
They
Dead...
just die in vain.
Yeah.
It's like, but I think that's what they're going. I hope that's what they're going for. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, they just people die needlessly.
Yeah, for shock
They
value.
spend so much time. Yeah, they spend so much time on her, and the season wasn't even that good, and she just dies for.
I can't even remember how she died.
I don't know. I think she fell somewhere. Like,
And I remember her being in a hall.
shaft.
She was in a hallway, right?
Yeah.
She was in a hallway.
She was in
got
the
shot
hospital
or something. Yeah, the hospital,
Yeah.
and
that's when I went. Like, I was like, I can't do this.
no, that was like one of the worst.
Because it was like one of my favorite shows, and then after that, I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Negan was hyped up from the comics because he's such a good villain or whatever.
Yeah.
Jeffrey D. Morgan's a good actor.
They put him in Tekken.
Negan? Oh yeah, I saw
I
that.
couldn't believe that. Like, this is so weird.
That
It
is
doesn't make any
weird.
sense at all. But yeah, I'm sorry. I looked. And I looked. I was looking at top 10, top 50 lists. I'm like, I haven't seen that. I just started watching it. I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have some suggestions for you.
Please, because this is a
But
bad
shows
list.
that are actually good
I'd rather just everybody just die.
before they jump the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just rather everybody die and be a terrible ending than that. And we'll
Yeah.
get to
yeah.
terrible endings.
Oh god, terrible.
Okay, that was number 10, Walking Dead. Sorry, whoever likes Walking Dead, we just shit all over it. Go ahead.
Are we gonna go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 10 is Sherlock, a BBC show.
See, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I heard a lot
you should
about
watch it.
I've seen the
but you know
Sherlock
what?
movies.
But you know what? We're kind of in the same vein here because only like the first 2 seasons are good, and everything else is pretty bad. And the problem with like Sherlock is it's only like 3 episodes a season because they're more like mini movies, so like an hour and a half. So you only get 3 of them, and they came out like every 2 or 3 years. The wait in between was fucking insane.
Why so long?
I think like at the time, like Benedict Cumberbatch is just becoming like a big actor. He's like Sherlock, right?
Yeah, he's
and,
Doctor Strange.
and Martin Freeman was Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit. So like right around the time they started filming like Sherlock, like they both like their careers started to take off.
Oh yeah, so that came
So,
back
yeah.
burner. Like I'm doing other stuff.
It's that, and the guy that does that show, he's also the producer of Doctor Who, which is a lot more like there's a lot more seasons of that. So his attention's always like divided.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that. So there's a lot of production delay. The first 2 seasons of Sherlock, fucking fantastic. Like they're so good. And like when they ended, when I watched them all, it's only like 6 episodes I watched. I was like, God damn, I need more. And it took like 3 years for a new one.
3 years.
I think it was something like that. It was
Oh.
like 2012 to 2014 or 2015. I can't remember.
That's actually the same thing that happened with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The similar thing.
Yeah. But unfortunately, when like season 3 came out, it was like okay. Like I don't want to tell you what happens, but there was a giant cliffhanger. They always leave it on a giant cliffhanger. And season 2 ended on this huge cliffhanger, and the explanation was kind of lame. Like,
Oh yeah.
and the
You
whole
wait
season
for that
was-
long, and then you
Yeah.
get that. It's never as good as you think it would be.
No.
That's why
No.
you need to strike when it's hot. You
Yeah.
said it's just 2 seasons, right?
No, it's 4.
No, I'm saying like
2
the
that are
first
good.
2 are
First 2 are great. First 2 are absolutely.
Wait, so it's just one continuous story? Or
yeah,
is it like
there's a different
investigation?
story every episode. It's like a different mystery
Okay.
that they solve. But there is overarching characters
Okay.
and like Holmes and Watson and Moriarty, who's like his arch nemesis.
Mhm.
So there is always like a building arc, but they solve a different mystery every episode.
I've heard it was good.
Yeah,
What's up?
the last 2 seasons though, they stopped solving mysteries and it's more just like shitty drama. I don't know how to explain it. Like they took
Sherlock
out.
Holmes not solving mysteries?
Well, that's like
That's not the point of it?
you think so, right?
Yeah.
Like, but they kind of take out the mystery factor in the last 2 seasons, and like the big reveals of some of the like it was so stupid. Like I don't want to tell you, but you should watch just the first 2 seasons and just tell me what you think, and then stop after that.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix, I think, where it used to be.
Okay.
It's a BBC show though, so. But that's why I watched it was on Netflix. I think it's still on there. But they
I've
take like
heard-
an hour and a
I've
half
heard it's
each. You know, I would definitely check it out. So, but like The Walking Dead, starts to wane in quality. Why is that? Why can't a show just end
Run out of
before?
ideas.
I guess so.
Why do you think your favorite show of all time did that?
I know
Everything does that. That's why.
they
That's
rushed.
why
it.
my number 1.
Yeah, actually, my
did it
number
right.
1 did it right. Yeah, my number 1 did it right.
Yeah. So
You both know what number 1 is.
this is terrible. Okay, so number 9, True Detective, the first season.
Yeah.
Oh. I watched it a long time ago. It was Matthew McConaughey and
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, they did
So good.
so great.
Yeah.
It just changed my mind on Matthew McConaughey. 'Cause,
Oh, totally.
You know, he's seen as back in the day. People don't know this. He was only in like romantic comedies.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you see him on the cover. I'm like, oh, just.
He was in that
shit.
one movie, stoner movie, Dazed and Confused, right?
Oh yeah, I like that
Yeah.
movie though.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie, but like that was
That was all he was
past
known
that.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then he does this. I'm sure he does Dallas Buyers Club.
And Interstellar, they all came out like the same
yeah.
time.
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, he's like
he's actually a good
Renaissance
actor. Yeah,
he's a great actor, and this like is very gritty, interesting plot of investigation. I wanted to see what was happening next. Very good dynamic between them.
Oh, him and Harrelson.
You know, like kind of complete opposites. Like he's married, but isn't he? Spoilers, cheating on his wife?
Harrelson is.
Yeah.
And McConaughey played a character who was like a kind of a loner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're like opposites. Like he's a loner. And it was so interesting, and I would advise anybody to watch that if you like detective shows and just good shows in general. Good acting.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very hard to find.
Atmospheric, I guess is the word that comes to mind. It's just you're kind of like you're always in the you're feeling what they're feeling, you know. Matthew McConaughey has these like weird, surreal, like not hallucinations, but they were like hallucinations, right? Or something. He's kind of a weird guy, and he's always talking about the universe. He's very existential. And it's like you didn't expect that from a cop drama, I guess. And so
it was deeper than our normal cop drama. And the drama, I mean, the detective work is interesting. Like the mystery is interesting, and also that behind like all their lives is also interesting. So it's kind of the complete package. Just the first season. Second season, we're not going to talk about that.
Yes,
but I think the second season, the intro is great. That's the best part about it.
The intro? You mean like the actual like opening of the show?
It was really cool. That was my favorite intro.
Again, like atmosphere. And I think even season 2 as a whole had the atmosphere. Like I remember from episode 1, it was like, this is gritty. I like him. I like the characters, but
I didn't like Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, well, he kind of sucks.
I didn't like him in that role at all, and I can't really remember anything else. I just remember him sucking. But that was a great show, a great first season. I mean, it's each season is about a different investigation.
Yeah.
So.
And you didn't see season 3 yet?
No. Season 2 was kind of souring me on.
Yeah, no, season 2 was bad, but I thought I'd give season 3 a chance because it's a new story. And it had like been a couple years since they did a new one. It's not as good as season 1, I'd say, but it's definitely a step up from season 2. It's not like
I have to check that out. Yeah. I don't think I have HBO Go anymore, so I have to get that again. It's on HBO, right?
Yeah. Right. Season 1 only. I wish we could do that. Just say like only these seasons, because actually there's a couple on here.
Well, it's only because it's not a continuous story.
I guess that's fair.
It's actually one. It's just like a TV show by itself.
It's a mini series. It's an anthology series. Yeah. You know what? There's definitely a couple on my list that would have made it. Because American Horror Story, I felt was the same way. Season 1 is really good, and literally almost everything else after is just complete shit.
Really?
Oh yeah. Season 1 is actually really good.
I started watching. I haven't finished it.
You should watch just season 1 and maybe season 2. Asylum is also pretty good. Coven with the witches, bullshit. Fucking bullshit. And I watched that one. I started watching Freak Show, like as it was airing. Like halfway through the season, I was like, this show just fucking sucks. They had all these new seasons. They're like, oh, all these characters and all these settings, and it's like,
does the characters like go over?
The plots are just convoluted, right? So like, even when you have like a setting, they always try to cram in all these fucking tropes and these different characters into one little thing, and it just doesn't make any sense. My number 9 is actually Parks and Rec, which we already talked about. But I mean, that show's just fucking hilarious.
Well, we haven't talked about it
in detail. So Parks and Rec, I mean, I like most people on the bandwagon don't really like season 1, Parks and Rec, and I think it's kind of like
season 1.
It's okay.
It's not as good as the rest of the season.
Exactly.
I think it's still good.
It's still funny, but it's not as. It definitely was not as funny as it came to be.
It found its footing.
It definitely did, and its characters are just every character in that show is fucking hilarious.
That's what I think that would mix the show. The characters.
Yeah.
Fucking Ron Swanson is one of the best characters of all time. He is so funny and relatable. He makes the show by itself. Like, but also, what's his name? Tom
Haverford is really
funny. He's great. You know, like he's completely the opposite of Ron Swanson. Also, April is great.
They're all funny.
Yeah. Andy? Well, I don't like her best friend. What's her name again?
Oh, Anne.
I don't like her.
Oh, Anne's not.
I don't like her in anything.
She's too straight. Like I love her.
She's fucking boring.
But she's beautiful. But she is boring.
I don't care about that.
She's got a great personality, like as a person. She's actually like funnier. No, I've seen like
Are we talking about the show or
no, like in real life,
in real
Rashida
life?
Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen her. She did an interview. I don't remember. We were reading it out loud in class one time for something. I think it was in gender roles in college. I don't remember what it was, but she was actually really funny. And I wish they actually had like utilized that in the show.
Me too.
But you're right though. Like Ann Perkins, her character is just very boring, and I don't really get why.
I don't know.
She's a very dry person, but she's not unfunny. Like I've like her when she actually like is talking is herself. She's funny. Like
If only that was in the show.
I know.
Also, Rob Lowe's character is so crazy and insane. Like the characters they made in it just makes it like they could put them in any situation and it would have been great. I have a problem with what's her name? The main character.
Oh, Leslie.
Yeah, I see. Like
She gets a little annoying sometimes.
yeah, she's not as. I compare it to The Office because it's basically Office Part 2.
I think it tried to be at first, but I think it definitely became something else. And that's actually where like I was bringing up season 1. It's like season 1 you could tell they tried to make her female Michael Scott, and then season 2 they're like, no, we're rebranding. She's her own thing.
I don't think it has like the emotional impact, and like I don't care about the characters as much in Parks and Rec as The Office. But I still love Parks and Rec, but The Office is better. Much better, I think.
Here's my paper.
When you follow like Michael Scott, he's way better main character to me.
I mean, Michael Scott is kind of
He's-
incomparable though. Like
Huh?
he's kind of incomparable.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to have somebody that's gonna have that same energy in any show.
It's hard. It's hard for me to distance the two shows. So that was your.
That was my number 9.
Parks and
Parks
Rec.
and Rec.
Great show. You should watch it.
You should.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Key and Peele.
Oh, I never really watched it. Like
You never watched Key
Well,
and
I've
Peele?
never
That's the best sketch comedy.
like I've seen
that came out this
sketches
decade.
from it. I just have never like actually like watched it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never like watched like a whole episode. But I've
Really?
seen a lot of
See it,
I've
man.
seen a lot of skits from it. Is it on Hulu?
I think so.
I'll maybe watch it then because
It's
I don't
great.
think I ever had like access to it before. So like I would only ever see it like online, like or just see clips from it. But
The best sketch comedy show since the Chappelle Show. Have you seen that?
yeah,
It's the best
like I've
since
never seen like a whole episode, but I've just seen clips of Chappelle. Yeah.
You should watch it. Some are hit and miss, but most of them are hits. Like you ever seen the Barack Obama? He's like talking that
His
one.
was hilarious.
There's one when he's the teacher and he's saying
I've seen
like
that
the
one
black
too.
names.
Yeah.
Like, AA Ron. Is AA Ron here?
That's
Like, yeah.
He used to call them
That's just some of them, man. It's just
Yeah.
that's a show that I would love to have make myself if I wanted to be like in the in the business. I would love that.
Like something goofy like that.
Yeah, like sketch.
Yeah,
comedy.
I love sketch comedy.
I mean, like SNL doesn't even do. I forgot they exist.
SNL's like
Don't.
no, they mostly suck.
Yeah.
They're like they have like one good sketch every couple months, but
I think they need to go away. Key and Peele, that's the best I've seen in a long time. I mean, they're good together. I can't think of a lot of the sketches right now. I haven't seen it in a while.
yeah.
I mean, it's off. And Jordan Peele, like he comes out of nowhere and he makes like
Yeah, like
Get
horror
Out
movies
and
now.
Us, like very
When I
landmark
found out
movies.
he was making like a horror movie, I was like, what?
I was like, and they turn out like to be really
Yeah,
good.
really good. So
Have you seen Us?
yeah,
You like it?
yeah.
Yeah.
My number 8. I think I probably told you to watch this like 50 times.
And
And I think the only reason it's low on this list is because season 1 is fucking amazing, and season 2 is total shit. Season
That's
3,
a trend.
Season 3 is starting in March. I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. Because season 1, like I said, is probably one of the best seasons of television I've ever seen. This
What
is
is it?
Westworld,
Oh,
and I don't know how you haven't fucking watched this show.
I watched it like most of the first season.
How did you not finish it? That show was fucked. The first season of Westworld is like, honestly, it's like
That would have been on my list if I finished it or watched it more. I don't know. I just fell off on it.
you gotta fucking finish it.
When did it come out? What year?
2016 was his first season.
Yeah.
What?
I should have finished it.
You should have finished.
That's a Jeremy show if I've ever seen one.
It is the most Jeremy show I've
Yeah.
ever seen. It's yeah,
Other than another show.
speculative sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you
It's
like.
so cool.
Yeah, and it's honestly it's like production, the story of season 1 is amazing. Like, it blew me away how much I liked it.
I think I've seen season 1. I don't have HBO though.
Yeah.
I think it was on Netflix. I probably would have watched it. See, that's availability.
Because I got a couple of HBO.
But you saying the season 2 is bad and 3?
Season 2 is season 3 has not aired yet. Season 3 is coming out in March.
It's been like 4 years.
No, it came out like 2018 was season 2. So it's been like 2 years in between every season. But no, season 2 is fucking terrible. Like, it started off okay, and then like, but I just don't know what the fuck. Like, it's like they write a whole first season and it's great, and then like there's all this demand, I guess, for time constraints. You know, they're like, well, we got to put this shit out there, and they end up rushing it, and it's just terrible. Like production is still beautiful, right? Like, it's great to look at. Acting is great, but the fucking character arcs just make no sense. You know, they reuse tropes they've already done. You know, like, spoiler alert, it's about androids, right? That look like humans. So,
do they?
You can guess what a lot of the twists are because, like, you know, the first time they did them, it was cool because you didn't really expect it. And you're like, oh, wow, that was cool. I thought the way they did that was great. But then they keep doing it. And it's like, you can't just, I'm not going to get shocked every time you do the same old twist, you know? I'm just bad a little bit.
I didn't.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said anything. Just go with it.
I like it.
If you're spitting, that means you're saying something.
So yeah, Westworld season 2 is terrible.
So the season 1 is so great it made your list though.
Yeah, no, season 1. That's because season 1 is so good. Like, it's like everything about season 1, just everything was perfectly executed. You know, they messed with multiple timelines. They got like, you know, great twists. I thought, and just everything about the story was so interesting. You know what it said about
interesting setting.
Yeah, what it says about humankind and how bad we would be if we could be that way without consequence. And it's like, that's why I just love it. It's so great. And just season 2, it totally like abandoned half the arcs it was setting up because it was like, you know, and
this is just depressing, man. This
make
me want to watch anything.
Yeah, so it's like, it's really hard to say like you should watch Westworld because you're gonna be like me, you're gonna finish season 1 and be like, damn, that was fucking good, and you're not gonna, then you're gonna want to watch season 2 and it's terrible, you know. So I don't know.
This is just depressing, man.
This is what it's like. This is what it's always like, and I don't know.
It's all about that money.
So,
they come up with an idea, they write the first season or maybe the second season, but they never have the ending.
Yeah, and why don't they do that? I feel like there are some shows. There's one show on my list I think did have the ending. I think we both know what it is. Mm-hmm. I think they knew what that ending was going to be all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why it was a good ending.
Well, let's talk about that later.
All right.
Number 7?
We're at number 7.
Parks and Rec. I mean, I love the show. I was kind of shitting on it because it's not The Office, because The Office is number 1 in my heart forever. But Parks and Rec is like one of the funniest shows of the decade. Probably the funniest, I think. Well, other than this one show. But great characters. The characters make it for me. So absolutely. Talk about the characters all day. Yeah. Ron Swanson, the best character ever.
Probably my favorite.
I always watch his I go by his life philosophies. You know, he's a real man.
Nick Offerman.
Huh?
Nick, an actor?
No, not. I mean, I don't know much about him.
Oh, I thought you were saying like. Never mind.
I was talking about the character. You know.
You mean he's a man's man?
Yeah, a man's man.
Okay.
You want to know about it because you don't go by his philosophy in life.
Yeah. I actually have his book about like not Ron Swanson but Nick Offerman. That's why I thought you were talking about it because he has like his own book. Yeah, it's called Paddle Your Own Canoe. I actually own it.
Is it about what is it about?
Well, it's like it's not actually he's not Ron Swanson. He's like him.
I hope so.
Know? But he has a lot of the same. He's not like.
Is he like his character?
He's not libertarian, but he's got a lot of the same principles like hunting and about like being your own craftsman, whatever your craft is. But he's actually got a really interesting life.
That was it. You should watch it, definitely. It didn't come out in 2010s, but it was close enough.
Close enough. Number 7. Mine is Watchmen, the show on HBO.
I heard it's good. I just heard about it.
It's so fucking good. And I did not really expect it to be good. I kind of like... Episode 1, I was kind of skeptical. Mm-hmm. I think they used a lot of, because it's referring to the old comic, right? Which is probably one of the greatest, graphic novels of all time. It's, the graphic novel. If, no one's ever read it, this is what you give to them. But it was so good. I didn't know what to expect. And they used a lot of, references to characters, and I thought at first it was kind of arbitrary, and I was kind of like, they're just throwing that because it's nothing to do with the actual like story. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it has nothing to, but it all ended up actually connecting. I thought in a really cool way. It was really topical about like racism and the alt-right, and the way they tied that all in, I thought was really cool. And just the story itself, it's just like it's a mystery, But like Westworld, I felt like all the mysteries wrapped up for the most part by the end of the season. So like everything they set up, it's not just like trying to keep you intrigued, like, and then they never pay off. Like it all paid off
in the first season
really well. Yeah, in season 1, they could end it with season 1. Like that's how.
You'd be cool with that?
Yeah, and actually I think they might, because I think like they're not sure they're gonna make a season 2. But honestly,
I would just say don't even make it.
You might as well just leave it.
But if it makes money, it's gonna make money.
Yeah, I mean it's got good reviews, so. But honestly, they could leave it as is. That's how good I think it was.
It just came out, right?
It just finished earlier this year. Yeah, like it started in January, I think. Not January. Sorry, November. Yeah, it's different. Like the movie's an adaptation of the comic.
The movie.
Yeah, it's like the ending of the movie doesn't translate here, but it's mostly the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you've like seen the movie, it's mostly the same. The only thing is there's like one big difference at the end of Watchmen, the book, as opposed to Watchmen, the movies. Like Dr. Manhattan, supposedly, is what they use to say, oh, he killed everybody in the movie, and in the comic and in the show, it was like a giant extra dimensional alien. That was
not in the movie.
No, it was not. And I got at the time why they didn't put it in the movie, because it's kind of out there, But it ended up kind of making sense because it made, like the U.S. and the Soviet Union think there was a threat bigger than each other, that it was from outer space, and they would unite against it to fight. But it worked either way. I thought it worked either way. But the show does not follow the movie ending. It follows the book ending. So Dr. Manhattan, I guess, is not a bad guy in the show. Another great HBO show.
HBO.
Check out.
This is sponsored by HBO. It was.
I wish.
6. Shameless. Actually,
Shameless.
Yeah, Shameless. Just a good show to watch. Like, it shows like instead of like people like having like showing people that have money, like live a lavish life. It shows like just normal people.
Yeah, like lower middle class.
Lower middle class, and it's just a fun watch. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Antics, Frank. He's a great character. He's an ultimate con man.
Yeah.
And like the shit he does is the craziest thing. Like spoiler, he got with a girl that I guess they consider like the ugly girl in the neighborhood, and have you seen this part where he has sex with the girl, and then he gets the money from her like insurance policy? Like she has a bad heart. It's season like 3 or 4.
Oh.
She has a bad heart, and like when she dies, like whoever's not married to her, but like takes over her estate.
Yeah.
So he purposely has sex with her so he can take over her estate or like her money.
Yeah.
And like he just gets away with it.
Yeah.
He gets away with a whole bunch. That's like
he's
worse.
with everything. He's like
yes,
no consequence.
but he's like really smart too. Like,
yeah, he's oddly smart.
Yeah. But if he actually did something with himself, he would be something. But he's just such a con man, like asshole scumbag. And
that is the cornerstone of that show too. It's all about them being possible to be redeemed, and they're still not.
Never. Not. Fiona, like she has problems with the guys, and like
another stuff. She's just kind of like her character definitely was really likable at the beginning, and kind of switches to being sort of just like aloof and distant, and uncaring when you start to
like Lip. He
wavers for me.
Yeah, he's the most intelligent guy on the show. Like he can, do a lot of big things, but he's used to that life being in the ghetto, and he thinks he can't do more than that, and eventually he becomes an alcoholic, and he goes to AA, and he's trying to I think right now he's trying to get back to where he was before. There's a lot of spoilers, but like he was with the teacher. Yeah. I'm like, you're so stupid. Like he's messing this up. Like I want you to do so good, And Ian, he's a good character. Like they show him like a gay character in the hood. Like,
Yeah.
And like I couldn't believe he got with that one guy.
Mickey.
Like out of nowhere, like
Yeah.
that was like I was so shocked by that. But like it's very interesting characters, like very interesting situations. Like it's just a fun watch. Like you don't have to take it too serious sometimes, but there's some really deep moments and very raunchy.
Yeah. I thought the first couple seasons, I was like, this is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's only like the last couple that I've kind of like, oh man.
I think Fiona's off the show too, I think.
I heard that she was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I know I didn't really care anymore because her character, like I said, it kind of wavered in likability to the point where I didn't even really like her anymore. And it's like, I feel like they're trying too hard to make everybody unlikable now to the point where I just don't like Debbie's terrible now.
Yeah.
You know, Carl's all right. You know, like some of them turn out all right.
So have you seen to the part?
The last one I watched the last season where I think Ian got arrested at the end for like, protesting. That was the last one. Whatever season that was the last one I watched.
That was the last one I seen too.
Okay.
I think, that's the last one. But I like going back and watching the first couple.
First couple seasons are so good. Yeah. I didn't think I would like that show. I usually have to like some kind of genre show. Like it has to be some kind of like aesthetic quality to it that's like sci-fi or or it's British or something. I don't know.
British
a period piece. Like it has to be something to it. Well, not really. I mean, like, but for the most part,
it can't be like contemporary. Like just
it can be, but I think I don't really respond to those as much. Like if I see something that looks like a period piece, like Peaky Blinders, I just watch because it looks like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like it takes place in a different time. It interests me more than like something that takes place in like Chicago.
Like just regular.
Yeah, but Shameless was really good. It's really gritty. It's really real, and it's not something I typically like.
It doesn't what's it called? Hold anything back.
Yeah,
It shows people like
everything.
Everybody.
Yeah. It's very.
You just take it like absolute worst. You can't think of anything like you go any lower.
Yeah.
And like the crazy situations they put themselves in, like it's just entertainment.
There's another entry on my list that's kind of the same way, where it's like I don't normally like this type of show, but I like this one.
I like it.
You know what it is too, I think so. I'm not gonna talk about it. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, do you have anything else to say on Matter of Shameless?
It's a great show. I might have actually put this one higher than my next show. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I like the other show, but it's fine.
Your list is locked in. It's too late.
All right. I guess so. Nothing else. Go watch it. It's a great show.
It is a pretty good show. All right, my number 6 is one you should watch. I don't know where it's available though. That's the only thing. And I used to watch it on, like, I think Amazon Prime. But this was years ago.
Amazon Prime View.
It's not an Amazon Prime show.
Oh,
it was an NBC show, but it was on Amazon Prime. It's Hannibal.
I've heard of it.
Hannibal is so good. It got canceled in like 3 seasons, but all 3 seasons are fucking awesome. Like,
why did it get canceled? Nobody's watching it.
Yeah, it's on NBC, and honestly, dude, I cannot believe that show was on NBC. Like, that's just network television, but there was like naked people
on NBC.
Yes, on NBC. It was so violent. It was like an HBO show. Like, I can't believe that was on network television at like 9 o'clock at night.
I love Silence of the Lambs. So
yeah. They never got around to adapting that storyline, but they were going to. They ended up adapting the first book, Red Dragon. And then, like, the first 2 seasons are kind of, like, pre-Red Dragon. So, but it's so good, man. Like,
I would love that show. I just haven't seen it.
It's like True Detective in a way where it's, like, atmospheric.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's, like, surreal. There's a lot of trippy visuals and stuff. And acting's super good. It's suspenseful.
Is Mark Manson? What's his name?
Hannibal Lecter.
What's his real name, the actor?
Oh, Mads Mikkelsen, I think.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all, but
something like that.
Yeah,
I heard he's a good actor.
He's scary too.
Yeah, he's perfect for that.
Yeah,
he's definitely perfect for that.
Yeah, he's just cold, apathetic, and you never know what he's gonna do. You know, and you never feel like you're safe watching that show. I think. And Hugh Dancy, the main actor, plays Will. Can't remember his last name, but he's great. The main character, and just the way that Hannibal manipulates him and everybody else. It's so great to watch. Oh, it's really scary.
See, I regret not seeing it.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out. It's only 3 seasons and only like 12 episodes. You know, so it's not a long watch. If you can find it, I don't know where it's available now.
I'll find it.
It was so good. So now my number 6 is Hannibal.
Okay. I just remembered one show of yours that you told me to watch, and I didn't finish the season, but I think it's gonna be on your list.
Okay.
I just remembered. It's a little cold in here. But okay, number 5.
5.
Yeah, I didn't number these. Orange is the New Black. I haven't finished yet. I don't think I'm up to date, but I think it's an interesting show because there's not many shows where the main character's like mostly women. Yeah, and like showing them like all types of different women and like how they come together.
Color too.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Always like trans.
Yeah.
Also and
a lot of representation for
sure. Yeah, and it's just like a whole bunch of the interesting characters, like interesting dynamics between like the different races and like how like you could come from like a completely different background and like you could still be friends and like have common ground. Yeah. And, like how they show that. It's funny. It's not like the funniest show. Like some of
it's okay. Yeah.
They try to be funny. Like I like Crazy Eyes.
Yeah.
She's a great character, I think. Like I feel like really bad for her because like she doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah. Like she tries. And also, what are you up to date?
No, I stopped after season 3.
Season 3? But you didn't like it?
Hated it.
After season 3?
I only got halfway through season 3 and I was like, this is the stupidest shit ever.
What was going on?
I can't even remember. Like, I literally can't. It was so not memorable to me. I remember season 1 and 2 being so good. Mm-hmm. And I got like halfway through season 3 and just stopped. And I've heard that season 4 is like really good.
Yeah, it gets better. I don't want to tell you. I think you should get back on it because something crazy happens.
I know. I've kind of had it spoiled a little bit. Yeah. But I know that like it was really good.
Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of went away from it. I think, and it kind of like lowered in quality again.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I should have put this lower on my list. Yeah. But I think I might like this more. I like Shameless more probably, and Parks and Rec probably. But I was thinking Parks and Rec is like. I wasn't going to put that on my list. It would have been higher, but I think it's still a good show. Watch it if you think you'll like a show like a woman in prison, like see that kind of life. You ever seen Oz?
No, I've never seen Oz. No.
It's not like Oz, but like I'm thinking of just another show, like a prison show. Yeah. It's not as violent. It's more comedic. It's not showing people getting killed every episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to go to that prison because it's not. It seems like it's not that bad, but I think. It's, like you said, it's good representation.
Yeah, and also of even representation of incarcerated people.
Yeah,
because they're not all like felons that are scary and they're murderers. People. Sometimes they're just people that get caught up in situations, and I thought that was also a really interesting way to loop them all into one situation like that.
I hate the main character.
Oh, I was just gonna say she's the fucking worst.
I hate her.
That's another reason I think I stopped watching after I think like season 3. She's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, she is pretty annoying.
And I
think that's like the worst part of the show.
And she's just not a good character. She's not likable. No. The other characters are a lot more likable.
Yeah, they make it. They don't really. They focus on her, but not as much as like other shows that characters I hate. Oh wait, I'm trying to think. Would you gonna put that on that show? I'm just thinking.
The one I hate. I actually did not.
Good.
I will say, you mean House of Cards?
Yeah.
I love House of Cards for the first couple seasons. The ending, the last season of House of Cards, it's like Game of Thrones, but worse. Like, it's worse.
Oh, I can see that, actually, because they don't have...
Yeah, they don't have Frank. But you would think they'd still just be able to make a good ending. It's terrible. So, I think it just soured me so much, I couldn't even put House of Cards on my list, because I just hate it. It's like... There's one show on here, you know what it is, that had a bad ending, but I thought for the most part it was a good show. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do it with House of Cards. Like, it completely ruined the whole show.
How many seasons? 4?
6.
6?
Yeah.
I can't do it, Chief.
No, I don't blame you. It's not worth it now.
Yeah.
Years ago, I would have told you to watch it. And now I'm like, don't waste your time. Don't get excited. Mm-hmm. Don't get your hopes up. But yeah.
Destroying my favorite shows.
Yeah. So I never Orange is the New Black. I want to check out season 4 because I've heard that's good. I couldn't get past season 3, but that was years ago. It was what aired. Mm-hmm. It was just on, and I was like, I tried watching it. I don't remember what was happening. I just could not care about it anymore. I wasn't liking the tone of it. It was weird to me. It was different, I don't know if they tried to do something different that season. I don't remember. I just remember hating it.
Yeah, I probably would have put this low on my list if I... See, I was struggling, man. I'm telling you, I was struggling. But that's one of the shows that I really kept up on, and I really enjoyed most of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the best.
I have heard that, those seasons are better, that it gets a little bit better after that.
Something, it really, the stakes are high, and what? It's not good water to you?
No, at least... I like pulling, dude. I don't know. It splashed in
my face. In your face?
Because I'm stupid.
You sure that wasn't your spit?
I'm just dumb. It's a great
I'm gonna
episode.
swallow.
How to swallow, bitch.
Oh man.
I love how you're joking after you said learn how to swallow. That is the best thing that could have happened.
At least I don't swallow. Go ahead. What's my turn, right? No, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Go ahead. What's your
Alright.
dumb shit?
My number 5 is a animated miniseries called Over the Garden Wall.
Never even heard of this.
Yeah, it's so good. It's it's not long. It's like, if you watch the whole thing, they're only like 10-minute episodes. You can watch the whole thing as like a movie. But it aired on Cartoon Network in like 2014. I can't remember the year. I never actually saw it when it aired. Like, I heard about it because my friend, he's like, we have a lot of really similar interests, and he's like, I think you would love this because the style is right up your alley. It's very like spooky.
This is on Cartoon Network?
It was on Cartoon Network. But it's got like a feel of like Halloween movies. It takes place around Halloween. It's really good to watch like around that time because it's a mood piece. But it's about these two kids that get lost in a forest. You don't really know why they're there. You kind of you find out more about how they got there, and but there's all these crazy characters they meet. They're like these pumpkin people, and it's really cool. It's funny too. It's voiced by the main character is Elijah Wood. Christopher Lloyd is voicing there too. It's really cool.
Heard of this?
It's probably
if I see it.
It's not super popular for some reason.
It's on. Wait, when did it come out?
Like 2014.
And it's on Cartoon Network.
It was on Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Just during the day.
No, I think it was like a miniseries, so it ran like a couple weeks. Said.
Was this like a kids show?
It's
it for adults or just for?
No, it's not like Adult Swim. But
that's what I was thinking.
But it's a kid show, but it's like it's well written. It's not like a kid show where you couldn't watch it and laugh at it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's adult jokes in it it's kind of like Adventure Time. It's kid friendly, but it's a well written show.
Yeah.
I definitely would recommend it. It's really hard to find. I think it's on Hulu. I have it on Blu-ray because I like this so much. I wanted to watch it. But
it's interesting.
I could let you borrow it.
And it's high on the list. Huh?
I'd really like. It's like one of my favorite things ever. It's only a miniseries. And I don't know if they're going to do a sequel or anything. It's been years. But I loved it, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, look up for that.
Over the Garden Wall. Just look it up and look up, like, the art style. Like, the music, too. The music is so good. They have all this, like, old-sounding music. It sounds like... And it's made just for the show.
I'm just surprised it's on Cartoon Network.
It aired on Cartoon Network. Do you know, you ever heard of The Misadventures of Flapjack?
Yeah.
It's the same creator.
Yeah, it looks like it. I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's it's one of my favorite.
Is this on your screen on your phone?
Yeah,
I swear I saw that.
Yeah, it's the background on my phone.
Nice. I never even heard of this. I never, but it looks like Flapjack. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could check it out. It's like you could finish it in an afternoon. It's like 10 episodes, but they're all like 15 minutes max. Mm-hmm. So it's like an hour and a half total to watch the whole thing.
Alright.
But it's super good. That was my number 5.
Another Cartoon Network show for me. Number 5. I don't think you'll like it.
Regular show?
No. It's more adult.
I do love it. More adult.
Way more adult. Rick and Morty.
You like that show? Adult. I never really watched it. I've only watched one episode. I've heard it's really good, though.
I love that show.
It's funny. I only watched one episode. It was pretty funny.
It's great. I'm telling you. Oh man.
Maybe I'll watch it.
I've heard,
huh? Maybe I'll watch it when I get home.
I've heard so much stuff like hearing like Rick and Morty. Like what is this?
Yeah.
So I finally watched it and it's great. It's nonstop. Like, Rick, he's like the greatest like genius in the world, but he's a complete scumbag, alcoholic, kind of like Frank.
Yeah.
But he has a portal gun where he can go anywhere in the world and just have adventures with his grandson. The freaking dad is an idiot. The mom is barely there. His sisters like everybody's dumb around him except for him, but it makes it so entertaining because they always get away with everything, and like there's so much references to like other like sci-fi shows.
Yeah, it's in like the. I didn't realize it at first, but I guess like the main characters are supposed to be like Doc and Marty from Back to the Future. Yeah,
exactly, and that's why I love it too. Like it's like winking nods to it, and like, man, do you remember Noah from work? You remember him?
Unfortunately.
Remember that? Oh, we'll talk about it later. He did a spot on Rick and Morty impression. I just think about that. And like I just love how he burps every time I just think that's like I'm like this is so genius. Why didn't anybody think about it? He burps every time he speaks like I can't do it. I'm terrible at impression. And like it's just a good dynamic between them. He never wants to do anything. Marty, he's like, oh no, Rick. It's just a ride like roller coaster ride from start to finish, and I love that show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the season 4. But I understand what all the hype is. Like,
yeah.
It kind of reminds me, like, how South Park was back in the day. Like, out of nowhere, it got so popular. And, like, I think it was, like, worthy of it. It's, like, kind of like raunchy, like, oh, very offensive. Like, people, like, oh, this is terrible. Like, it shouldn't be on air. And, like, it's so popular. Like, but it's so popular and it's so written so well. I forgot the writers of it.
Oh, I know Dan Harmon is one.
Yeah, Dan Harmon.
He created Community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Community, yeah. So I think I guess it's not similar.
No, it's not, but I just guess
he's a good writer.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Community.
Should put that on my list.
I forgot that existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
for a while.
Yeah.
That had bad endings too, but
I didn't watch enough for it. But Rick and Morty, I think you should watch it. It's in the it's a lot of work put into it, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it takes a while for every season to come out. Like every time, like I think
it's an event. I think.
Yeah.
When season come out, and I think the hype is they met the hype.
Okay.
And it hasn't gone still yet.
All right, I'll check it out then. I mean, like I know it's on Hulu. I've like scrolled past it, and I'm just like, should I start this? And I haven't yet, but I will.
You should start it.
All right.
Some episodes are better than others, of course, but
I've just watched one like randomly, like. It was a couple years ago. It was like my family was watching it. I just like was in the room. It's like when I was visiting, actually I think from New York one time, and they were just watching it. I was like, but it was funny. It definitely was funny. So I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, I don't know if you like it as much.
I think because I watched one episode. It was funny.
It was. Yeah.
I liked it.
Oh yeah, well, if you watch one episode, it's probably going to be like it's not much difference.
Right.
And there's no
the tone of it. It's really raunchy and like mean.
So yeah, it's very mean spirited. I love it. I love it, and like
it's dark humor, which I like.
Oh man, and Rick he gets away with everything he shouldn't. He's like the worst human being ever. He has the most power in the world because he has like he's the smartest.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants, and he could do good with it, but he doesn't. He chooses not to, and it's just hilarious to everybody to watch what happens to the world and like universe. You just gotta watch it. It's crazy. But that was number 4. Probably the funniest show.
Alright, so definitely will check that out. My number 4 is probably, I guess this must be higher on your list, but Black Mirror is my number 4. Only because the top 3 now are pretty good.
Yeah.
But Black Mirror it's another thing where like when it comes out, it's kind of an event. Because it kind of takes a while, or at least it used to. It comes out a lot more frequently now that it's a Netflix show than before. Because it started off as a BBC show, and it only released I think a season every year or 2 or something. But now it's a Netflix show. It kind of gets released every. But it's still kind of an event. Like when it gets released, it's like everybody's watching the new season. And it's only like 5 episodes. So you kind of like stack up on it, But it's a great show. Like there's so many episodes that just stick with you.
Yes.
I
haven't seen all of it yet, but still.
Have you seen the new season's kind of...
Oh yeah, well yeah, I didn't like this last episode I watched with
Miley Cyrus.
I haven't seen that. I heard it's not good. The guy who plays in Captain America.
Falcon? You mean Striking Vipers?
Yeah.
That's like I thought that was really good.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like that one?
No.
Why?
The way you because they had an interesting concept, then they go to that. They could have done more of it.
I thought it was interesting.
It was an interesting story, but I feel like I was disappointed by where they went with it.
I didn't like the ending as much.
Uh-huh.
If that's what you mean.
Yeah, that like where they went.
Yeah.
How they settled it.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And kind of anticlimactic, I guess.
It was interesting though.
Yeah.
It was, but I was like, that would be a cool idea. I wish they could have did something else with the like technology, because the technology was so interesting. Because like, I guess I see that.
Talking about the Blade Runner love scene, how beautiful it was.
But that was beautiful, man. That was that was different, man.
It was two men expressing their love for each other through a video game.
They don't love each other.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
This is the only way they could channel it.
They met in real life, and then they didn't. Oh, I didn't feel anything.
Because they're not gay. But they are. It's weird, but that's why it's good. It's like it makes you question sexuality and like what it is and how psychological it is as opposed to just like physical. I thought it was great. That's the only.
I guess you put it that way, but still.
That's the only episode from my season I liked actually, because I can't remember what the other one was.
There's only like 3 seasons.
There's a guy in like a car, and he's got that one was kind of shit.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go talk about it.
Black Mirror. I love that episode. That's Striking Vipers. I think that's one of the best episodes.
Really?
Yeah. It's not the best one, but I think it's up there and probably in the top 5 Black Mirror episodes. It's like my favorite. I think my favorite is probably, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one with the museum. Is it Black Museum?
I haven't seen that one.
It's season 4.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that one yet.
I think it's from season 4. That one is actually, that's probably my favorite.
You said Black Museum?
It's called Black Museum, I think. Yeah, that one is super good. The one, have you seen the USS Callister, I think it's called?
What happens?
It's like a Star Trek thing. Where like
no, I haven't seen that one either.
That one is also really good, I think. But, I don't know, maybe we'll...
I've watched the earlier stuff and didn't that new one. I've seen the one when he has to have sex with the pig.
That one, yeah, that's kind of okay.
I like that one.
That's the first episode, and like I actually like.
It was a good start, I think. It was like it's just interesting concepts and like what will happen in the situation with the technology they have. And also, you like the B one? Please tell me you like that one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
That was my favorite.
That one's scary because that one I feel like
that can happen.
It could happen.
Yeah, I love that one.
That one was good,
and it was like a movie.
Yeah,
it was like an hour and a half long. And it was interesting, like, and you know, like she was this like kind of like social media. What are you gonna learn from that? But I feel like that can happen. Like people using social media to kill people.
Yeah,
like using like the government's like infrastructure, like technology they put out there and they hack it and then use it on social media to kill people. Like that's crazy. That's a great concept. Yeah, and I think they executed very well. And it wasn't a sad ending. I mean, a lot of people died.
Yeah, no, I know.
But I feel like I'm glad that they were able to get him at the end. Like they show that. Yeah. Not every ending's so dark.
Yeah, yeah.
But most of it, I feel like is dark. But
so dark.
I like it though. I like
it.
But I'm glad not all of them are like that. But what were some of your other ones that you like?
So season 4, I think, is probably the best one. That's the one. There's like a guy who puts people into like a game. It's like a Star Trek parody or whatever. But he traps them inside the video game. They're like forced to play it, but like their actual selves are in the video game.
So if they die,
their consciousness is like in the video game.
So like they die in the game and they die in real life.
Yeah, it's like virtual reality, I think.
Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Sword Art Online?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's a shitty anime, but they did that idea before.
Yeah.
It's terrible anime. I try to watch it. It's one of the worst. But go ahead. But I'm glad. I'm looking forward. I
can't remember if maybe the characters were just avatars, but the way they like portray the AI is that you actually become to care about them. It's really good. You should just watch that episode. It's just really like the way they do that. I thought it was so interesting, and it's like this world that they set up. It's clearly like a Star Trek parody, and it's just I don't know, that's one of my favorites. Black Museum's also same season, I think. Mm-hmm. I won't tell you what happens in that one. I'm not gonna because I think you should just watch it unfold. It's super good.
Have you seen Bandersnatch?
I haven't seen that one. Actually, it's the only Black Mirror thing I haven't seen.
Oh, you've seen all of it?
I've seen the whole show. Yeah. I haven't seen the Bandersnatch show.
I haven't seen all of it yet, obviously. I've just started watching that. I mean, I go on and off about it, and I'm just trying to not watch it all because I want to, like, space it out more. But, like, in Bandersnatch, I haven't seen it yet, but you can pick... Like what happens at the end, like a game.
You can, I think, throughout the whole thing. Yeah. You can pick. It's like a kind of like.
Have you ever seen something like that?
No, it's new.
Yeah.
I think I should watch it and try that because I think it's interesting that someone even tried it.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
it's
never
such a
seen
cool
that.
concept.
Yeah,
I heard
that's
that the
why
movie's not that great, but just to try that thing was
yeah.
pretty cool. You know,
I was expecting it to be great because it's like the first time like put something like that. It's
Yeah.
hard. You gotta pick like you gotta do different endings. Like
Yeah.
it's very hard. Like in the video game,
it probably pulls you out of the movie a little bit too.
Yeah.
I think, in ways. Yeah.
it does better probably in the video game.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it. I've seen the one when they're look like they're trapped and like the guy from Get Out is in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like,
one was pretty good.
He's trapped in like everything. Like it has a currency. Like
Yeah.
everything you do. Like
Yeah.
brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Listen to like you can't skip the porn ad.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that world that they created was great, and like the
Yeah.
ending was like so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
They have like the American Idol thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but it was so interesting. Like the worlds they create, I think.
Yeah, within like the hour, you know.
Yeah.
They build a whole world within the hour and immerse you in it.
And like they always like have like a poignant ending. If you feel it, like wow,
Yeah.
like damn.
Yeah.
And also the one where it's like another virtual reality one where the guy goes see it's like a game. He's American. He comes.
Oh, I hated that one.
You didn't like that one? Why?
I don't know. I just remember like not liking that one as much.
I thought it was interesting because I think that would be a cool game though. I think that's a cool kind of.
I like it's something that could happen. I think it's really real because I feel like people like we always like to push our limit in terms of like what we can handle, what kind of media, how far should we go. I could see that happening. In real life.
That's why I think I enjoyed it so much. And also there's a reference to BioShock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you when
I've seen the episode, but I probably don't remember that at all.
Oh no, they don't. You have to play BioShock to know.
Okay.
But if you watch that and then you watch that again, I caught it right away. But I thought like I would want to like I wish I had made something like that. Like some of the shows, like I would love to do that. Some like concepts, like I'm trying to think of something I could do like that. Like a short story
like
and
a short story per episode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I can do that, but other than like a TV show or like an actual full length movie.
Well, it's a lot easier, I think, to just do it because it's like a short story. You don't. I mean, most people that write, they have an easier time writing short stories. I really don't because I always like planning stuff out like a long form.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time actually writing short stories because I never want to do anything that's like. I like to develop characters and plots.
I like short and sweet. I like like
Not that
think of an idea
like
and then
stories.
execute it.
I'm just not good at coming up with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like them. I like reading them. I just can't ever think of any. Like
Because you like to do long form,
yeah,
like develop.
That's the way I like to develop characters and plots.
I think we're different like that. I would rather have like a short story, because when you do that, it's much harder and just so it's far in between. I'm talking about like movies and characters, like and TV shows, that they actually execute it. The longer you go, like the more ideas you lose, like less it goes. Like the examples with the shows we were talking about today.
Yeah.
It's only like one or maybe even two.
Because you gotta have like your ending plan. I think that's why like a short story kind of works better for that because it's like you got your premise and your end and you don't have a lot in between to get to it. So yeah. But I know what you're saying. It's an amazing concept, and I wish more shows tried it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one story per episode kind of thing, but they don't.
Oh yeah, and like everyone I watched, like it was interesting. I think like the technology. I think that was like what I got from the most. Like when like you watch the Eyes one.
That one was really interesting.
Yeah. I feel like that will ruin every relationship. It's like, oh, let's go back to Tuesday at 5:00. You said call me a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? Like I wish I thought of that. And I feel like that would just ruin society. Yeah. Like the technology, like I think it's just a warning. Like watch what we create because we can just destroy.
But it's not that far away from.
That's another reason. Yeah. Like I feel like everything in that almost could be true.
For the most part. So, yeah, definitely. Like you should check out season 4 because I think that's the best one. This one has like the Black Museum one I was talking about. There's a couple of duds in that season, but there's like 5 episodes. It's like the longest season. And some of the first one and the last one are super good. So.
Oh, I want to mention the one where she's on the game show. Like she She kidnapped the girl.
Oh, that one is fucked up.
Fucked up. I'm like, oh, I gotta take a shower after that one.
Yeah.
And I feel like that will actually happen because people are so ruthless.
Yeah, they are.
They like,
Yeah.
if they killed, like, made a mistake and killed a dog, I mean, I'll. Maybe. See, look, I know people, I know that's something, if
totally.
they could, they would do that.
Yeah, totally.
And it's so fucked up, and I love it.
Yeah, it is very fucked up. But that's kind of why I like Westworld. Like, how far would humans go if they could go that way without consequence? And Black Mirror does that same thing, I think, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for sure. So, that was my number 4.
If it's
top 3.
Yeah. Number 3. Game of Thrones.
Okay.
If it struck me, landed well, got the ending right, it would have been number 1. I think.
It would have been number 1. Yeah, no, for me too. If they totally fucked it up.
Yeah.
They
I felt like,
100%.
I don't know when it started, but I felt like it was different. Didn't feel like
it's
the
completely
writing.
different.
The writing wasn't the same. I feel like
No, because
everything didn't seem like it was going the right way.
No,
like,
I have spent so many hours lamenting about the end of Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna do it all today because I've been doing it for the past 6 months, and
Have you done it on video though?
No,
So
I have
you can
not.
Rewatch.
I have.
We could talk about it once, about just
Yeah.
go over the finer points. I'll let you go.
Okay. No, I mean it's in my top 3 too.
Let's talk about that when we get to that.
Yeah,
Okay?
but you say your piece about Game of Thrones, and I'll talk about it when I do mine.
Okay, let me talk about. Okay, I like sci-fi more than
Like fantasy,
medieval times. I mean, I like it,
Yeah,
but it's harder for me to get into something like that. I'm sure you love it.
I'm predisposed to love it.
Yeah,
yes.
you go to the Renaissance Festival. I mean, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It was cool.
Yeah.
We got to sit on the Game of Thrones
Yeah.
throne. But this made me love it after this. Also, like, you ever play Skyrim?
I started it, but I had it like it's a long story. But yeah, I know.
I prefer Fallout over Skyrim.
Okay.
So that's like,
Yeah.
I didn't really like Skyrim that much, but everybody loves it.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Minecraft, how popular it is.
Yeah.
But that's just like me personally. But I watched the first episode. It was long and drawn out, I thought, and like I was like, why is everybody like this? Then I kept on going.
Yeah,
and
it
going.
definitely picks
I'm
up.
like, wow, everything's like, whoa, what happened with this? Like, oh, this is interesting. Keeps on going and going and going.
Yeah.
I hate Jamie, but now I love him.
Yeah. I love the character arcs for the most part.
Yeah,
They're so
like
good.
Tyrion, it's like I think he's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Like in that world like that, he makes it. Spoilers. He makes it to the end.
Yeah.
Just with his mind.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's all like
In a
strong.
world where like physicality.
Yeah.
And he's like predisposed to be, like. There's actually a bit in the books. I don't remember if it was in the show where he said that his dad almost threw him in a river or in the ocean because he was born a dwarf.
Exactly.
And like his whole arc is just amazing.
He had like that'd be like just thinking about being born like that is hard. But being born in that times,
Yeah.
like, you might as well just die.
Well, most of them do. Most of them just get killed. I guess because he was born, to
Mhm.
the rich family, they kept him.
Yeah.
Because of their pride, but.
Jon Snow story is interesting. Like,
Yeah.
kind of similar situation where he's like a bastard, but he becomes
Underdog
Yeah.
story. Yeah. I think the underdogs of that show definitely were the best characters.
great villains.
Yeah.
We got to see the Hound and the Mountain actually fight,
Yeah.
but
I want to. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
yeah. But I'm just trying to think. Back on it, like Arya, like the way like like she was gonna be different from her sister,
Yeah.
and like what she went through with the
Faceless Man.
the Faceless Man, and like she ended. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that because it's not that good.
Yeah.
But like their stories, it's just like a vast like. I'm trying to think.
Scope, a lot of scope.
Scope of it, like it was just overwhelming. Like the battles is crazy. Like
Yeah.
the Battle of the Bastards, like one of the best battles I've seen in
one of the best.
show.
Yeah,
and just got kept on getting
film
better,
ever,
better, and better.
Yeah.
And like the atmosphere of it, like they got it right.
Yeah.
It felt like I was in that world.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
And the world they created is like everything. Like the cultures, like you go somewhere else is completely different.
Yeah.
Daenerys, I never really liked her, so that's one of the weak points. I'll let you talk about it if you want.
Well, I mean, just a little bit. I'll get into it more when I get on my list. But I also want to say it's like you talk about how you don't really like fantasy shows or whatever, and I think a lot of people are also in that same boat.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of joked when I said it
made it cool
for basic bitches, but no, it really did make it cool. It made fantasy accessible. It made it seem like you could make a fantasy series that was about dragons and shit, but it could also be serious and grounded.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it was so great. But
yeah,
that's definitely one point I wanted to touch on because I think that's really
I think
important.
everybody can relate what's going on.
Yeah, and it's serious. You know how like you watch a lot of stuff. Have you watched The Witcher?
No.
No one could take that seriously because it's like it's funny. Like it's too campy. Like it's not like Game of Thrones at all.
Yeah.
But it's kind of if you like fun action and corny
good.
lines, The Witcher is great. It's great for being corny and campy. But I think that's what people always associated like fantasy with. You know, being corny. And Game of Thrones was like, we're not corny.
Yeah. It was like a real story, real characters. Yeah. Like, they just in a different time period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
You kind of can't help but take it seriously, I think.
Yeah.
For the most part, until last season.
And also, like you were talking about, like, any character, like, can die at any moment. You feel that.
Stakes. High stakes.
The highest stakes I've ever seen in a show.
Yeah, probably.
Because I felt like, oh, he's gonna die, don't die. Because they set it up so greatly in the first season when Ed dies.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He was the main character.
You thought?
I'm like, what happened? Is everybody gonna die?
Yeah.
And you just felt that, and it made the fights in every episode count.
Yeah.
And that's what is missing in a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Because if you don't care about the stakes, like if somebody's fighting, like he's not gonna die. He's the main character.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And
so if you can kill off a main character, somebody feels like a main character, and then no one feels safe. Yeah.
Nobody, and like the Red Wedding.
Oh yeah.
And, like,
nobody. I had it spoiled for me, but like everyone was shocked by that.
I've never been more shocked at a moment.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm thinking about it, all the good memories. I'm gonna have to bump it to.
It was pretty good for a while, but you know, season 8 is bad, and we'll talk about that more.
Yeah, if it was, it's just a continuous story, and we'll talk about it more.
Yeah,
I love that show. Watch how far should somebody go? Should they go watch it all the way to the end?
I mean, you have to watch.
Would you recommend it?
But I mean, how can you watch through season 7 and then just leave it? You know, it leaves with cliffhangers and there's arcs unresolved. You know, I want them just to do season 8 right. I wish they would have just done it long or made it more seasons.
Yeah, because
you know
what they were going with, it could have worked.
There was all these stories that they just rushed in those 6 episodes. If they just stretched that out into like 2 seasons, I think even that could have been all right. That could have worked, you know. Mm-hmm. But they squished too much story into one like 3 episodes. Like all this development happens, right? Yeah. And it's so convoluted too and lazy. It's just like
I don't know what were they thinking?
I don't know. I don't know.
Were they pressured to end it or
no? They like HBO wanted them to keep going. They wanted to end it. The writers.
What are they working on now?
They were gonna go work on Star Wars, and a lot of people think like they were supposed to actually produce like 3 Star Wars movies. They were signed to, and a lot of people think that they jumped out of Game of Thrones early. They rushed it to go work on Star Wars, and now they're not even doing the Star Wars movies because like those got canceled.
That makes me sick.
When I found out, like I was like,
"You don't need another Star Wars movie."
No.
Anyways,
there's so many too. There's like
I don't need you to finish the show that one of the greatest shows of all time. It could have been the greatest.
It could have been.
I mean, I guess you could say it could be the greatest if you. I mean, endings are not that important to me when the journey was so great. But that ending was so botched to me.
It was.
I just felt like such a difference. Like I didn't want to watch anymore.
There's such a difference in quality. There's like an amazing difference in quality. It's like the whole show started sucking, and it's unbelievable. It was so.
I felt like they did it on purpose
and shocking to me. Like it. I know that like no one's gonna be not everyone's gonna be satisfied with the ending, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
But you managed to satisfy fucking no one.
Nobody.
Is what happened.
I'm trying to think of something that went well.
There's a couple moments I liked. I don't really mind Daenerys going Mad King. I just wish it didn't happen like that.
It makes sense, yeah.
Right. I think if they did it and they made it like, they developed it over a season, like everybody starts to betray her.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. But they just... So that ending of that happening I thought was okay. I hated Bran being king. I hated it.
Wow.
I hated that so much.
How did anybody?
And you know what? The thing is, I think that might happen in the books, but hear me out. I think it might be okay in the books because I think the version that gets, made in the books is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Bran's story hasn't really been developed as the Three-Eyed Raven in the books yet, so we don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But I feel like it could be better. So what I'm trying to say is, even though I hated that in the show, I feel like if they had just done the character differently, it would have been okay if he was king.
Yeah, because his character wasn't developed.
His character's stupid too. Like his character's just fucking apathetic. Yeah. This is what you tell me. This is the logic of this fucking show. All right, they're like,
fun.
This is the good part, right? These people want me to believe that the most logical choice for a ruler is somebody who knows a bunch of people are gonna die and doesn't fucking care. Who the fuck? No, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
That was the plan for the book, so they had to follow it, I guess.
But I don't know if it's gonna be that way in the books. It might be that Bran still ends up being king, because the way that I think the writers of the show, they had a blueprint for what Martin wanted to do. So I think a lot of it might actually happen, but I think it's gonna be done differently, and it's gonna be the arcs are gonna take longer, so that they're the payoff. I guess there's a payoff to an arc that feels like it was earned. That did not feel earned.
I just feel like it
felt forced.
If it would have been another season.
Yeah,
I think it would have been.
It would have been better at least.
Yeah, I think maybe they shouldn't have just done it. They shouldn't have done it at all because they're going by the books. They have to wait for him to write the books, right? Maybe it's kind of his fault.
So close, but I mean, then just try to come up with your own. If you're not going to do something, yeah, I guess they're not that good of writers, is what we found out, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It takes some skill to do it, translate books to.
It's not. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying I can do it right now. But I'm just saying it's
I don't know. It's just making me so sad.
Yeah, it's just. I feel like they could have done better. Obviously, I feel that way.
I think it's the show of this decade. Though it started in 2011 and ended.
It was an event.
It was It
was a cultural event.
Yeah, everybody knows about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
People who never watched anything close to that, love the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So, that was my number 3.
That was your number 3.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Fargo, the one I've been telling you to watch.
Yep, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that show. I just stopped watching it. I just fall off of stuff so easily.
Dude, it's so good. All 3 seasons I thought were so good. Just the way, because the first season's 2006 is when it takes place, but the second, third, they take place in the 70s or I can't remember, but they put you in time. Each one's different. They each have different characters, different actors, and all the actors are just great. Sometimes even actors I don't even like Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah, from Spider-Man, and she's great. Her character, she's annoying.
She still acted.
Right, I didn't either. But she's in, I think, season 3 of Fargo. But yeah, dude, it's so good. And they get like I said, great actors every time. The tone is similar to Coen Brothers, even though they're not I don't think they're involved. I think it's just Noah Hawley, the executive producer, does Legion too, which is one I haven't watched, but I should. Yeah, I don't know why you haven't watched it. You really have no excuse.
I have no excuse. I'm just saying
trash. But yeah,
it's interesting how he spoilers kills his wife and like.
Yeah, like
What?
first episode.
What?
I did not expect that coming in at all.
Yeah, and what's his name? The bad guy. I guess it's multiple.
In season 1, you
What's
like
his
Billy
name?
Bob Thornton.
Yeah, he was great. He's great in
He's
it.
such a weird character.
Yeah,
He's such an
why
I gotta watch
it?
that shit again though, because it's been a while since I've seen that season.
That's what I regret watching. I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
watch it, and then like if you don't push me into watch something, I will never do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna text you every. I'm just gonna text you every day.
That's why I like short stuff, because I can just go.
That season's only like 10 episodes. It's short. That's short.
Yeah.
There's 10 hours of your life. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're right. Nothing. I got it.
What else are you gonna?
Yeah,
Like 10 hours of
other
your
focus
life.
in my life.
What else are you gonna
I
do?
don't only watch TV and shows.
Season 4 is actually coming out in like April or something. It has like Chris Rock.
Chris Rock's in it?
Yeah. Which I'm like, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but I'm so excited. It looks so good. So it's so
FX,
funny.
right?
It's dark. Yep.
I don't have FX, so
Yeah.
I don't
It
have-
is like
maybe that's another reason why, because I don't have cable anymore.
yeah. They're on like Hulu too, like FX
Hulu?
shows. Yeah.
Alright,
So-
I gotta get Hulu then.
You kind of do.
Alright, I knew it was gonna be a list, but that high? I'm surprised.
It's that good. Yeah. Well, you know what my top 2 are.
Alright. Well, we already talked about this enough, but Black Mirror,
Is your number? I knew it. Yeah.
number 2. It could have been Game of Thrones. They could have switched, but I mean, we had talked about it already too much. If I would love to make something like if anything out of this list, I probably would want to make that
The most, yeah.
something like that. I would like, dang, like it gets me thinking.
It does.
It gets me like, oh, I want to make something like that, and
Yeah.
that's like the point.
It's such an opportunity to explore so many different stories. Yeah.
And it's interesting to look at society, how we. Hold on. Let me pause that. I don't know what happened. Are you able to cut that?
Yeah, fuck out of it.
Black Mirror is great. Watch it. I wish I would.
Seamless continuity.
Yeah. Okay. That was number 2. I don't want to talk about it. We already talked.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk too much more about my number 2 is Game of Thrones.
Alright.
So we already talked about how much I hate it, how much they rushed it.
Yep.
Ruined my favorite show probably ever.
What's your favorite moment in the show?
Favorite moment in the show?
Let's talk about the good things.
There's a lot of moments I really like. It's hard to pick.
Well, just
but the one that I think
Pick a couple.
yeah, the one I think that definitely because I read it in the books, and I couldn't wait for it to happen in the show was when the mountain kills Oberyn Martell, the Viper, smushes his head.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh my god, I love the way they
They
did it.
They did it so well.
They did it, and they perfectly adapted that story from the book. Because I remember like thinking like I was shocked when that happened in the book. I was like, holy fuck, because that actually was like the point where I had read ahead of the show, so I didn't like they started to change some things. So some stuff I was still surprised by. That was one of my favorite moments. Was it's such a brutal, disgusting way to die.
Yes.
And he's so stupid for letting it happen.
Yeah,
You're like
he
watching him the
beat.
whole time, and it's so frustrating. And it's a great moment. In that same season, it's right before that episode. I think is the trial with Tyrion, where he's on trial again. Like I remember that scene from the book, and they did it so well in the show. Like they almost adapted it exactly how I wanted it to be. Just a great scene, just a great dialogue, and it sums up Tyrion's arc about him being this underdog, and he's always overlooked just because of his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that scene. Obviously, the Red Wedding.
Yeah, that's so shocking.
Yeah, it's the pivotal moment, of that show where it became like an event show that I think everybody started to love it. And Battle of the Bastards. I mean, everybody's talking about that, but it was a great moment, and again, a great moment.
What do you think about the fight, the last big fight?
The Battle of Winterfell. Hated it.
I hated it too.
It's so, and you know what? It's because it wasn't because of the other reason people were complaining about it, like, that it was too dark. I feel like I could see most of it. My issue
It's
was
supposed to be dark. I think that's the point of it.
You know what I think my issue was? The stakes were gone. Where they should have been the highest in that moment. Like, I knew none of those guys were gonna die. Right? Jamie and Brienne are all fighting these people. And they're just like, it's
Who
like a
even
fucking
died
video
in
game.
it?
They're like fighting NPCs.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was
it's
like-
a freaking video game. It's like nobody important died, and then like we have a stealth section of the game with Arya.
Yeah.
Where she's sneaking around like, what is going on?
And it was so bad. And even like
they're fighting off thousands of zombies or whatever the fuck they call it. I forgot.
Yeah, White Walkers.
And how are they surviving?
They should be dead.
Who died? Who died in that?
Nobody important. And that's what I'm saying. Like Jorah did. Jorah finally died.
Yeah.
The one character is like
you already know who's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
Obvious.
So I people liked his death. I hated it. I was like,
I hated it. Yes.
I didn't even like that episode. I was like, the only moment I liked is when Arya killed the Night King, and even then, I wanted a bigger fight. I wanted Jon Snow.
I wanted Jon Snow to fight.
I wouldn't mind if Arya killed him. Why can't Jon have fought him and Arya hopped in and killed him? I thought it would be perfect. Perfect way to finish her arc. She's like fucking assassin. She murders the biggest guy.
And like
it's perfect.
And like the way they did it, she kind of came out of nowhere. I guess that's the point of it.
But that's so stupid. How did she get there? There's all these people just all around just dying and
well, like it's like Hitchman, like his second in command. Like where are you doing?
None of him see her.
I'm right here. What, did she go invincible?
Can she fly?
Yeah, fly.
It doesn't make sense.
Like, did she change into one of the White Walkers? Oh
God. So I actually hated that episode. Like, in retrospect, at the moment...
I don't even want to talk bad stuff. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Like, at the moment, I was like... I thought it was good. And then, like, the more and more I think about that episode, that whole season, I just felt empty. Like, I just felt like this whole thing is just... I was not satisfied with anything happening.
Obviously, nobody's gonna die important, really, because there's more episodes.
And I hated that. That episode was so long, too. It's like an hour and a half, and they don't even use the whole time. Like, you have this hour and a half episode. I was expecting the best shit ever. And it was just so dragged out and boring. There's this whole scene with, like, the character nobody even cares about. The eye patch, Barrick, right? Yeah. People don't even know his name. I know his name because I'm a fucking nerd, but no one else does.
I forgot about him.
There's like a whole scene in that episode, and the Red Witch... Her fucking death is so stupid. Her arc is so stupid. We had to see her naked old tits for that?
I guess so.
Why did she have to be an old lady? We don't even know.
Nobody knows.
No, it doesn't fucking matter.
If you think about it too much, you'll go insane.
I am going. I'm clearly already.
I try to put it past me, but it's entertaining to watch you do it. I
just see those saggy tits for no reason. I will never get those saggy tits out of my memory.
Now you just brought up that. Also.
That was the most shocking moment of that whole show. Of all the Red Wedding, no. You know what shocked me? Miss Saggy Tits. That's what shocked me.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I was so Jamie, Jamie, he's fighting the freaking pirate guy.
Oh my god. And Jamie,
he comes out of nowhere.
That's so stupid. Oh, it was so bad. Stupid. His whole, like, his character's...
And he fucks her, and then, he just goes back to Cersei. Like, what is the point of this? He's
always going back to Cersei. And Cersei's death. Cersei's like this great villain. She's this great character who's so conniving, and you start to feel just enough to feel sorry for her a little bit, and she's
a great villain.
Past the point of redemption, but she's like one of those characters where you know if like her arc was just like if her story was just different, she would have been better. You know,
like the circumstances,
she could have been a better person, but she was, and you feel for her, like in a way, but you're also she's so evil and she's so fun to watch.
Yeah,
they totally fucked up her character. She's like one of the best, the best actresses on that show. And the way she dies, her and Jamie die. Is the dumbest shit ever. Game of Thrones.
They did Brienne.
Everybody was done so dirty. Who?
The tall lady.
Yeah, Brienne.
They did her so wrong.
They did her everybody wrong, man.
I don't know why I feel so bad for her.
She got fucked is why. Like she got literally and metaphorically fucked. Like
she just feel like she wasn't important to the story at all anymore.
No.
It wasn't important.
I don't know. I think it was kind of sweet when they knighted her and everything.
Yeah,
that was nice. She was finally able to be a knight. It was a nice moment. That's one of the few moments.
I already felt like she was a knight though.
I did too, but that was kind of like official, right? It was sweet. It was a sweet moment. I'll give them that. Okay, there was nice moments.
Yeah.
There's
But
when
it's hard
Jaime
not
and
to do
Tyrion
mine.
see each other again for the first time. There's a lot of reunions when
Mhm.
Arya and Jon see each other again because they haven't seen each other since season 1.
Oh yeah.
There's all these things you forget because that season was so trash, but there's
Yeah.
just nice little moments in there. But other than that, it's
Why did Dragon fly away? I'm just thinking back.
You want to tell me this motherfucker? This motherfucker is basically like has the intelligence of a dog.
Yeah.
Is knows that the Iron Throne is what killed Daenerys. Burns that shit, takes her body, and flies off to who the fuck knows where. You want me to believe that? What was I saying earlier? What was great about that show? It's great because it's grounded and you believe it. You take it seriously. That shit was so
That was some
stupid.
true fantasy shit.
That was fucking dumb. At no point did they ever establish that dragons understand power,
not
structure at all.
Just killing machines.
They're
They're
dogs.
basically a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, they were really powerful dogs.
Yeah.
It just...
What is there ever an explanation why he knew that?
No, they never explain. Cause it's just dumb.
Why did Daenerys not go straight to the tower
What tower?
to kill Cersei?
Good question. Why didn't she just burn the keep?
Yeah.
She burnt the whole fucking city.
What made her so evil? Because her friend died?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like such a... It's not
No, people
enough.
died in
Like,
this
you
movie.
need
That's right.
more for me to believe that she's gonna go that crazy. She spent her whole life freeing people who are oppressed, and then she just burns them.
That's why.
Shut the
that's why-
fuck up.
that's
Because
why-
she's what?
Never
Because
mind,
no
not-
one in the North likes her.
Maybe it should have been lower. It's such a sudden dip in quality.
That's the thing. It's such a sudden dip. And it's such...
the greatest show to the one of the worst. Like, just any show you can find on the any network TV show.
Yeah, better. It was so good. It was so great. It's... I clearly...
I just want to keep on bringing stuff up because I'm worked up this.
I fucking
I'm trying to
hated
think
it.
of some
Oh,
other
it was so bad.
So, why did they kill Jon Snow and bring him back?
Oh my god!
Remember my theory?
I had all these theories about like why they did that. There was no reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna, if that's all it's for, what is the point? I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't get why they had to bring him back if that's all he was living for. Sorry, it was stupid. I feel like there's more of a purpose for it in the books. He hasn't come back in the books. Like the last book, he got stabbed. That's the cliffhanger of the last book.
Exactly.
So we don't even know if he's gonna come back in the books, but he probably is.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what was the point of it? Never mind.
I don't know.
A lot of plot holes.
I love Game of Thrones. Season 8 was great.
Great. The greatest show.
Number 2, Game of Thrones.
Anything else you gotta say?
No, I'm good. I'm in such a great mood.
I'm sorry, man. I just ruined your
You
day.
pulled me the fuck out. You were like, you know what? I know what to do.
I just kept on thinking.
Set this motherfucker
Because
up.
I know it made me mad. I know it make you 10
Well, it
times
made me
madder.
fucking furious. I was so mad. Like, everything about it was disappointing.
Everything.
That I'm gonna leave it at that. I could go on for hours, and I'm not gonna. I've gone on long enough.
I'm just trying to think of more shit. I'm trying to think.
Let's think about something good. Like
All right.
our number 1, which
Number
we
1.
both have the same one. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Since you want to count it, it didn't come out this decade, but
Breaking
it was the best
Bad.
show. Breaking Bad, yeah.
Best show ever.
Yeah, best.
Probably best show I've ever seen.
From front to back, there's no weak episodes.
No,
it's
not.
straight through. Even the fly. Everybody says the fly.
I hate the
episode.
fly.
I love the fly episode. It's you know like it's like a I like character moments and like it's funny.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
is a
it's a
character
different
moment.
like
It's a kind of
it's
like
only one episode. It's like
it's
a
an
filler
intermission.
Episode. Yeah,
intermission.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining and see those characters actually like being funny.
Yeah,
I think they can do it. But other than that, straight through.
Yeah, so good. I remember
Every moment is like you need to watch it.
the premise of that show. Like when I first saw a commercial for it, like it was years ago. I was like, I would never watch that in a million years.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't look interesting to me. And then like the way everybody was talking about all these like critics and stuff, like it's such a great
I
show.
always thought it was interesting.
And everybody was like talking about it. I'm like, God, I gotta check this out, And yeah, I like binged it. I think I had already got like season 3 had already aired or something.
Everybody came to it late.
Yeah,
Nobody's. If you're one of the people who say, "Oh, I watched it from the beginning,"
you're lying.
You're lying, man.
No, because
I did not hear about that.
It was not one of those shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was under the radar, kind of.
Very under the radar, and just out of nowhere, everybody started watching it.
Yeah, but it was on Netflix. Because really
Netflix made that show.
Yeah, because I was like, well, I don't, it's on here. I might as well watch it. And it was absolutely amazing. Like you said, from start to finish, just like a plot that keeps flowing. If you watch that show, the plot never stops. And there's all these subthreads that lead back to the main plot. Mm-hmm. They don't leave any loose ends. Yeah. There's character development, character arcs. Everything was just done so great. I don't know. There's not many criticisms I really have. It doesn't
overstay its welcome.
No, it ends with 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And then it just
watch it again.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find really much anything as good as that.
I don't think so. Like, it's honestly, and I don't even like Better Call Saul as much as Breaking Bad. It's good, but it's not.
I haven't seen. Oh, I forgot about that show. I stopped watching it.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not.
Did you watch the show, the movie?
El Camino?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was good.
They just showed him. I didn't need it, but it was good though.
That's why I feel like it was unneeded, but it wasn't like. It didn't undo Breaking Bad for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, Breaking Bad sucks because this was here.
I'm glad he didn't just show up out of nowhere, Walter.
Yeah, no, the way I knew they were gonna like put him in the movie, probably in, like a cameo role, and I thought the way they did it was actually really, really good.
I think they just showed him
made sense.
Jesse becoming his own man.
Yeah.
Like he survived, and I feel good. I like that he survived. And
it's kind of a little bit of optimism in a show where there really wasn't much. So.
Yeah, it wasn't because everybody's fucking terrible in the movie except for Hank, where he's like a big asshole. Like at the beginning, he is so unlikable. I hated him. Like
it's kind of annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he's not funny. Like his jokes is like why does anybody even like him? But he at the end, he's the hero. He should have been like. I'm not saying he should be the main protagonist, but. Like, if it was like a detective show, it would have been from his point of view.
Yeah.
And he turns out to be a great detective because and he had to lose his, like, he's masculine at first.
Yeah.
Like, I can do everything, like, gun-ho. But, like, he had to lose, like, his masculinity and, like, all that to finally, like, find out. It was kind of like dumb luck, how he finds... I guess it's spoilers, whatever. He finds a book in his bathroom.
Yeah, it's just that one piece is able to put that whole thing together.
Yeah. But let's talk about Walter, like how he might be the best character ever.
The way Walter's transformation unfolds, and you know what? It is wow, and it's
he. I don't think it was much of a transformation. He just realized what he really was.
In a way, that's what he did. I think so scary about it is that he seems
was
like
always like that. I think.
Yeah, there's definitely like a hint of that because they talk about how you had that company with those people, right? Like before the show ever started. Yeah, and he's kind of overlooked, and then he ends up being a chemistry teacher, right? It's almost like he settled into life, and I think it's it's so realistic for a lot of people who feel like their potential isn't being met.
Yeah.
And they settle into something that they just do because they want a job or something, or they're not confident enough.
Like they're supposed to do.
They feel like they missed their shot. And just that thought of existential crisis of did I fuck up my life, make a decision?
Is it too late?
Is it too late to reverse it? I feel like we all feel that way from time to time. And it was just, that's what sparked that whole thing. Really, when you think about it, the cancer was a big part of it. Yeah. And paying for it. But I think it was just really what it was.
It was just an excuse.
Maybe. I think it was, like you said, it was always there, and I think it kind of awakened in him at that moment. This is what I'm going to do because I'm capable of it. But just he's
played so wonderful.
Oh, Kristen is.
I can't believe it. Like the guy from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah. I mean,
You believe it. You believe he's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
That just turns into a
drug
kingpin.
Yeah.
How? And he beats the cartel, the main guy, Gus. He's great too. Great.
All the characters are.
How I was saying in other shows, there's no in the House of Cards. I didn't like it because everybody's equal to him.
Yeah.
And follows just him. What's the point? There's no. I don't think anybody can beat him.
Yeah.
But I feel like Gus and like others, I felt like there was danger because I feel like
always danger.
Yeah, and
I felt just uncomfortable all the time with him because he's so powerful. I feel like he could off his family at any time.
Yeah,
and that's why I think he was so great.
Mm-hmm.
He's so intimidating. You know, like he could end Walter's whole world with probably like a swipe. You know.
Yeah.
And that puts you in serious danger as a viewer. So yeah.
And he's hiding in plain sight. He runs a chicken joint.
And he's all like friendly,
shaking
and
hands
shit.
with
Oh god,
like,
he's so great.
Yeah, it's just intimidating, but he just seems like a regular dude, like just like Walter.
Yeah.
But what else? Jesse.
Jesse's got a great arc too.
Man. He like you really feel for him.
Yeah.
Like he makes bad decisions.
Yeah.
But like you just feel for him because he's a drug addict. Like he's trying to get over it. You know he has a good heart.
Yeah.
I think Walter, he doesn't care about anybody.
And I think, the good thing about El Camino is I think that one scene with Walter is kind of like he realizes he's past that point, and he realizes he's past the point of redemption already because he knows that he wants to be this person. And Jesse, he sees that Jesse really isn't yet. Jesse is still kind of uncertain, and he's still kind of like in those formative years where like he might be able to make something of himself.
Yeah.
Where, it's just that is kind of in retrospect a good part of that movie, because it speaks a lot to the show too. I think, and why Walter doesn't
adds to it.
Divert. Yeah, why Walter didn't divert, and why maybe Jesse, it's good to have him actually do that in El Camino, But yeah, just a great cast too.
Yeah,
just the acting is.
I hate Maria though.
She's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah,
it's like
she wears purple every day.
Yeah,
but she's like a necessary character. You just feel at first you just felt bad for Walter so much because he's like he underachiever. He has his son.
Well, because you can relate.
Yeah,
you can like relate to it because most of us aren't like
where you want to be.
You don't have the world handed to us on a plate.
Yeah,
most of us are. We feel like we're the underdog. So yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, get your money like this. That's fine. But then you was like you could stop. 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 And then he just keeps on going and like the infamous scene where he's like, say my name.
Yeah.
Like Heisenberg, like, wow. Like he's full.
Yeah, past the point of redemption there.
Yeah. I mean.
And at that point of the show, I think it was not really about redeeming him. It was like, what are the consequences he's going to reap from all this? And that's what season 5 I think was. It's just the crumbling of the empire that he built.
Yeah, everything's falling
apart.
Like, that's why you don't do something like that, because it's not gonna last long. You're gonna end up dead or
or kill your family or endanger people. And I think it was such a great way to watch his world collapse and decay. It's such a beautiful poetic ending to that show.
I'm glad they didn't mess it up like Game of Thrones. They stick the landing, and that's very hard to do. Yeah. And it was good.
They wrapped up all those loose ends, I thought. There was nothing where I was like, man, I wonder what's going to happen with this character. I feel like everything kind of resolved, and it made sense. And I think it, like, he wasn't redeemed by the end of it, but he was in his rightful place, I think, kind of dead by his own machine that he used to get to this point,
He did something that way.
Perfect, yeah, and he did fulfill, like you said, he fulfilled something I think that was always there in him.
Yeah, he achieved what I think something in life.
His capabilities, his potential.
He fulfilled his potential. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to like the villains. Like first you got Tuco, crazy.
Yeah, fucking loose cannon, just terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying.
Everybody in the show is just all the villains are just terrifying.
Yeah, and it's never just like one that's like good. All of them are pretty like different. Very like he's crazy. Gus is like he's a main guy, like very corporate. Yeah. Also, towards the end, like the Nazis.
Yeah, like
they're just crazy.
They're just scary because they're.
And the
Nazis.
And the one guy, the younger one, I forgot his name.
Todd. Yeah. Oh my god.
He's the creepiest.
Apathetic in a way where like he'll just kill someone and like feel nothing, and you're just like.
Spoilers. He kills the
kid. Yeah.
And just like he just goes about his day. Like,
yeah.
Don't second thought. Even the worst villains, worst criminals, would think twice before that.
Yeah, or feel remorse. Yeah. You just see no remorse in that guy. There's just no feeling at all. It's like this person's like just a void of a person. You know, he's kind of scary that way.
Mike is awesome too.
Yeah. He's a great character.
Yeah. He's like just the old, old veteran.
Yeah.
Hitman. Or
in Better Call Saul, he's also in that show. And like they only kind of touched it in Breaking Bad how like his son died, and like he's got a granddaughter, and that's the reason he works for Gus is he's trying to give money to his granddaughter, right? But I think there's a lot of trauma in Mike that you don't really even see in Breaking Bad that you do see in Better Call Saul slowly over time because he starts to go to these group therapy sessions or whatever. But it is there. He does have like this trauma of like his son dying, I think, and this lack of connection to most people. He's kind of a loner. The only thing he really has is his granddaughter. It's the only thing that he really has in his life at all, it seems like. So, I think the way that Jonathan Banks plays him is so great. He's just so straightforward and just like, oh, fuck this guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's old. He's so old, but you don't want to fuck with him at all.
Yeah. But he doesn't seem evil, I don't think.
No.
He seems intimidating, but he doesn't seem evil like Gus is, even though he works for Gus. And
he's just doing what he needs to do.
Yeah, you kind of feel that way.
He's good at this, so he needs to do
it.
Like he's not doing it because like Walter, he needs something to prove. Like he just needs to provide for his. Like you said, granddaughter, right?
Yeah. Also, I think that's also why he was great. He was in El Camino, kind of doing the same thing. Like Jesse, you don't have to be this. This is me. This isn't you. You got to find what you are. I really think that his dynamic with Jesse is kind of like a father figure, where Jesse's not really close with his parents or anything. He's kind of estranged and because of his, drug antics and stuff. So, Mike is really the only kind of father figure he has besides Walter, who just manipulates him the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, does he even care about him?
That's a good question. A lot of people, I think, debate it. I think he does.
Yeah, he would have done it at the end, I guess.
Yeah, because why else would he save him at the very end? Like, you could argue that almost everything he had done, to coerce Jesse into doing anything up until that point was for some ulterior motive. But I think that one, that didn't serve him any purpose except to save Jesse,
Maybe. Also, Saul is good.
Oh, yeah.
Entertaining character.
Hilarious. The comic relief, I think that show really needed. Yeah.
I needed that. Skylar, I mean, she's annoying, but
everyone thinks she's I don't get why
I thought she was annoying. She's at the beginning, like she's just like oblivious to what's going on. But as the shows goes on, like she starts, like fuck you, man. Like
she's trying. She has to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was realistic though.
It was
what she did. Because she has a family,
Well, that's exactly, I feel like if that was my spouse and they were doing that, that's how I would react.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
So it's a tough situation. I'm just saying, like, at the beginning she was annoying, but I feel like she was supposed to be annoying, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Like, just like, oh, we're just a big happy family, like, but obviously he's not happy,
Yeah.
I mean, Badger and his the cronies, they're entertaining too.
They are funny.
Yeah. So it's a funny show.
It's weirdly funny. Yeah. You don't feel like you should be laughing, but there's moments that are funny. Yeah.
So I mean, it's funny, great. I mean, intense action sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it has all the bases covered, what you want in a great show, and it doesn't let up on the plot.
Yeah, not at all.
At all, and interesting characters and great ending.
Yeah.
I mean, the perfect drama show.
Honestly, I wish I had more to criticize it with. I'm
trying to think what.
I clearly just went ham on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I don't hold back if I feel a certain way, and but Breaking Bad's I've watched it I think 3 times now. Every couple of years I rewatch, and I see things that I missed the first couple of times, thematically, foreshadowing and which is kind of stuff you don't really realize the first watch through. But there's a lot of foreshadowing and a lot of that stuff, and just the way themes are expressed in that show is beautiful. It's poetic almost.
How do you make a show like that? That perfect. How does that happen? You have to get it perfectly. You got all these different parts coming together. and
They just have a good writing team. I think really is
Yeah.
what did it. You know, it's the writing. It's what made the show good. What made Game of Thrones season 8 bad? The writing.
Yeah.
You know,
because the acting's good. Like
Right.
it's hard to find. I mean, usually acting in shows these days are
It's fairly
always
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's easy to find actors and
Yeah.
it's taken more seriously. It's huge money.
Yeah.
But like the writing, yeah.
For
That's
whatever
what
reason,
really kills it.
Yeah.
So Breaking Bad is the best show of the decade.
We did it.
We already knew that. Even though it didn't come out this decade.
It was the best show that was on during this decade.
Okay.
And it had its heyday, I would say it had its prime in this decade. So
yeah.
that I think
That's
is fair
fair.
enough. Breaking Bad because Game of Thrones can't be number one.
It would have been number one probably, but so each week, I guess, if we actually do
Each
it,
week.
we're gonna challenge each other to watch something, read something, or play something. Challenge. It has to be, I guess, digestible. I like that word. Using that word for this. And within a week, I guess.
Yeah.
Week or so. So, you want to go first?
Sure. So, he suggested to me the album Saturation by Brockhampton.
Yeah.
I've heard of Brockhampton before.
So you know they're a group? Did you know they were a group beforehand?
I think I didn't, but you told me. This was like years ago. Because I said, yeah, I've
I
heard
mean,
of them.
I found out.
And you were
years
like,
ago.
they're a they.
Yeah.
They're a group.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know I told you about them.
You did. It was like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember when, but I had heard like a song or two by them. I think I already had like a song on my Spotify list. Dude, alright, so.
What song did you hear?
I don't even know. Because that's the thing, is I have this problem where I just go check out new music and I just like it on my Spotify. I actually maxed out my Spotify at 10,000 songs.
10,000?
10,000 like songs is actually the maximum if you didn't know.
I thought I listened to a lot of music.
I try to check out as much as I can. And like sometimes I'll just like something if I've heard it, oh my god, it's good. And I'll just put it on that list and then I put it in a shuffle and then it will pop up over the years. So I think I already had a couple Brockhampton songs, but I probably didn't even know.
But you liked it though.
Because it never comes up because it's like so many songs in that shuffle. Yeah, but I did like it. And so I sat down and listened to Saturation again with like the kind of predisposition. I think I'd already liked this. I trust your judgment for the most part.
Oh no, I gave this to you thinking you wouldn't like it.
Oh no, I liked it.
You liked the
There's some songs I didn't really care for, but I mean, like in terms of like what kind of hip hop I listen to, like this would be that. You know, it's kind of like the music is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple times I can't remember exactly any lyrics, but there's a couple times where I was listening because I listened to it once. You know, but there's a couple times.
I mean, if you listen to it once, you can get it. I mean, it's very direct, like the lyrics. You know?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I bet, like, I'd remember it better if I listened to it a couple times. So, like, but there was a couple moments where I was, like, listening to it, and I was like, oh, that was good. Like, you know, like a lyric or something,
Mm-hmm.
like, caught my attention, I guess.
Do you remember any songs?
I don't remember any of the song names at all. I just kind of listened. I was trying to go into it as raw as possible. I didn't look at I was just like, play, we're going to sit down and just listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, like, playing video games at the same time, but, you know, I can do that, like, multitask, and, but yeah, no, I really like the sound of the music. I'm going to listen to it again and go through it and like kind of identify which songs I did like. Because there definitely was a couple that was like I liked more than others.
Is there anything that you clearly like, I can never listen to this again?
Off that album?
Yeah.
No, I never felt like anything was like terrible to the point where like
Really?
I hated it. No.
Wow.
There's some of it
I'm so surprised. I thought you wouldn't like some stuff on there.
I mean, like, I didn't feel that way about any of it. There was probably some stuff I cared for a little bit less than others. There were some songs that definitely stuck out to me a little bit more, just because I probably liked, I don't know, something about it, something in the production I liked a little bit more, but no, there's nothing that, like, disgusted me about it.
Wow.
I like that kind of music, though. I like colorful sounding music, no matter what it is, and that's, like, the best way I can think to describe it, is, like, there's color in it.
It's a fun album, I think.
Yeah. There's a lot happening sonically.
I didn't think you like fun. What? Fun albums. What albums do you always suggest me albums that are dark?
I love dark.
Or like depressing. Like
I love depressing.
I do too, but I thought this would be out your comfort zone.
I listen to some happy stuff sometimes.
Okay, look. Alright, let me talk about this. I love this album. It's one of my favorite albums, hip hop albums of all time.
Wow, that's high. But I see why you say that. I thought when I heard this album, I was like, this is something, if I heard it, I would recommend it to you. because I could tell you would like it. So.
Okay, so the story behind this, I started listening to this 17. There's 3 saturation albums. They released it all. You know anything about this at all? You know anything about them?
No.
There's a large.
I just know they had the 3 albums like when I was on Spotify, so I was.
Yeah, there's 3 albums all released in 2017.
Yeah.
All great. This might be the best one though.
Okay.
They're all great. That's just all, and they released 2 albums in 2018 and 19. So they released 5 albums in like 3 years, and they're all good to great. The last one probably the weakest. This one they made it like in a month or something like that.
It's pretty cool.
And they usually just make it fast. They all met on a Kanye West fan club's website. So some of them are from Houston, some I think California, but they
kind of see a little bit of Kanye influence, like old Kanye influence on the technical.
Kevin Abstract. There's a gay guy in it. Do you remember the gay lyric? He's like giving head or something like that. I've never heard that in the raps, like in hip hop. They're so homophobic.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Old school. I've never heard that before. I mean, I'm sure that somebody probably said it before, but like he's like, oh, I'm giving head on the freeway. Like, wait, what? He's like, I only like Shawn Mendes. Only white guys I like is Shawn Mendes. I'm like, what is going on? I've never. It caught me off guard, but I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's going with it. And then that's Kevin Abstract. There's Amir Van. He's like, I won't describe it because you probably don't remember. But there's so many. Everybody in this group is like charismatic, so much color, memorable. Like everybody has skills, and they remind me when I first listened to Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is my favorite hip hop group.
Yeah.
I love super groups, and I love when like there's so much personality, character in the group.
I could definitely see, like, like pick out different voices and hear, like, I could see these guys being doing their own act. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I want them to break up because it's so good.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like it's kind of like Wu-Tang, like, you know, like you can pick out like this person as a personality, and it's there, and like they could do it like Old Dirty Bastard or something, you know, like all their solo albums, you know.
I like the Old Dirty Bastard is kind of like the guy, the Jamaican guy that was like yelling. You remember a guy yelling a lot? Like yeah. I kind of like he's akin to him, and there's like there's a different feeling for almost each song. Like the first song is like a more industrial beat, like they're you know very high energy, and then it's like the second song is like cool mellow beat. How's it go?
Yeah, it was very diverse.
Chains on my neck,
which I liked.
It's very diverse. It's not like cohesive, but I don't think they're trying to do that.
No, I think
it's not like that with anything.
I think it's honestly it's more in their favor to do that sort of thing. I like when an album is not like the same song over and over sounding, right? Like the same beat with like one little thing changed to it. Like I like when it's stuff like that. Like each song has its own energy, its own feel. That's one thing I actually liked about this band a lot too. It's not band, but whatever. You know,
they call themselves a boy band.
Okay, fair enough.
They don't call them rap, they call them boy band. I'm not even joking.
Fair enough. Then I guess it's alright.
They're just like weird and unique.
I say band on everything. So.
Yeah, I'm just. This is a joke. Like you can call them a band, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just. That's what they call themselves. They're like, oh, let's call up One Direction. Like they talk about One Direction like as a joke. Like it has like, and also like the voice modulation, like the differences in like the higher pitched tones. That didn't bother you at all?
No.
You like that?
I mean, I don't like universally hate anything in music. Like auto-tune maybe a little bit, but even then, like I think there's just certain ways you can use stuff that is interesting. You know, like I usually
hate that stuff.
Yeah.
I usually dislike it, but it just works with this. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's like sometimes where like even if it's a thing that I peeve on a little bit, you know, sometimes if it's done the right way, I won't hate it. You know. And I didn't nothing.
And it is used a lot in this, and that, I don't know. It just makes them seem like more innocent because they talk about a lot of stuff like personal stuff, like they're going through stuff.
Yeah.
And the music. I know you don't remember, but like in one song, like they're talking about like we'll fuck you up, and like other songs like they're cool, but like later on in the album, like they go into like personal stuff, like they're not good enough. Like
I did hear that, and that's another thing I liked was the topics they talked about.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like
I don't remember all of it, but I remember thinking like this is stuff that's like it's not really in a lot of rap, you know.
No.
So like my impression right now is kind of like just bold faced. I was like
I don't want to overhype it though.
No. I mean, like something you like. It might not be something that I end up loving. I might think that there's a lot more weak tracks on it than you do. But I mean, like my first impression was that, as a whole, there probably was times where I was listening to it, I'm like, I don't really care for this song. But on the whole, I wasn't like, this is shitty music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm just happy for that.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel that way at all. I thought even if like I didn't really care for the song a lot, it was definitely like interesting.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
Have you ever heard of Shoo Shoo?
Shoo Shoo.
Xiu. Okay.
I don't think so.
You're gonna listen to this. Shoo Shoo Wondering.
Shoo Shoo?
Yeah. Xiu.
I can't write it down.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, text it to me.
Wondering.
Right.
Okay? I'm not gonna tell you anything about it.
Yeah, no, don't. I'll go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That's what I have for you.
Alright. What did you think of Animal?
I liked it a lot.
You liked it a lot?
A lot. It's a lot to take in because it's an hour and 17 minutes long.
It's long, yeah.
Speaking of that, I love how the first track is called Stink. Okay, Tool.
Yeah.
Okay, I listened to one Tool album. Well, it's actually two before this. The latest one I don't want to listen to. I don't remember.
Fear Inoculum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you told me to listen to.
You listened to 10,000 Days, right?
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, that's probably.
But I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But I remember it sounding similar to this. But I felt like this is like a lighter version of it. Like
it was
it's
definitely not as trippy.
Yeah.
It's a lot heavier, I think, the music too. Like it's a weird part in their career where like they had gone from being kind of like a traditional hard rock band kind of to being like, well, we're gonna start experimenting with time signatures and these weird little interludes. We're gonna get weird. And I thought that was like kind of the first.
They started it here. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first album where they really started to do that. Yeah.
I think I love it, and sometimes I don't want to listen to it. It's a commitment, but
yeah,
this is so rewarding to watch. I mean, listen to it front and back. Like you get so much from it. It's so complex. Like every song, it's so much symbolic. There's so much thought to it. Like it's hard for me to describe this music because it's so complex for me. You probably understand it way more than me.
I just listened to it 1,000 times, but even now, there's like times I listen to it, there's like parts I didn't even pick up before. Because the way it like Tool operates, they got like 4 people, right? And they got like, but it sounds like it's a lot more than that. The way that they play with each other, it's like if one person fucked up a note in that song, it would ruin the whole thing.
That's I was thinking like they're perfectionists. I feel
they really are.
I feel like let's just go through the track list because I listened to it many times.
Stinkfist is kind of like that's the lead single. That was like actually their first like
commercial song.
Yeah, their first like hit single.
It's still good though.
Oh, it's totally good.
I didn't really like it at first because I felt like it was just like a commercial song. But it's much deeper than that. Like
no, it's really cool.
Eulogy, I love Eulogy.
Oh God, yeah.
But I don't like the part where he's like singing like it sounds like he's on the phone or like I don't like that part.
Yeah.
But the second half of the song is fucking
it's
great.
Insane. And it just keeps building and building
and
building. And I think
that's the best part of the album. Everything's so much building, so much. Yeah. You gotta be patient. Yeah. But it's worth it at the end.
Oh, totally. Like every time he gets to like the end of like a song on that album, he just hits this super high note. Too,
yeah, that's like it hits almost just about every time.
Yeah, it's just such an angry album. Like it's such it's like you're cleansing all that anger. I think that's in you, and like all that negative thought and negative feelings. Yeah. It's pouring out into the music. That's what I get out of it, and I love it, from for that reason, because I feel like it's just a purging of all the negative energy into like an actual positive thing that you can listen to.
It's therapeutic.
It is therapeutic for me.
Yeah,
that's what I got out of it.
It was the music is like that, like it's cathartic and therapeutic. Like you have a hard day, like you want to listen to somebody. Slow build, like that's what his day is like. This thing is going on me. This thing, and then just raise at the end. It was good too. I don't really. It's hard for me to differentiate.
Yeah, that one's kind of slower. Like at the.
I like it though.
Yeah, and then it has like a big chorus.
Yeah. What's?
I am too gone down to slip away.
Mm-hmm. See, once I listen to it again, like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
And it's always worth it. And also, do you like the interludes, like the.
I do.
I love them.
Yeah, I like that. The interludes on that album, I think, are the best. They have a lot of interludes on, like, after that album. Like, almost all the albums have something in between. But I think that one did it the best because they're the most different. There's ones where, like, it sounds like a Nazi rally or something.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
It's so
I love it's like an industrial beat.
Yeah, it's so
I love industrial music. So
yeah.
And like you don't, it's like some like.
Did you look up what it actually means?
No, I didn't want to.
No, you should. It's hilarious because it's actually like a recipe for cannabis or something.
Are you serious?
It's so stupid, but it sounds like it's a Nazi rally.
That is so great.
That's why it's so funny.
That makes the album so much better. I think. Like,
yeah.
Because it's not just like, kind of because it's similar like long, slow. Progression and it breaks it up.
Yeah.
46 and 2, that's my first favorite.
I fucking love that song so
much.
That's
so
great. It's one of my favorite Tool songs, and it's probably like most people's favorite Tool song.
Yeah, it's just a great song. Yeah.
It's got a great chorus, and it's just really heavy and impactful, and like the ending is super heavy.
Yeah,
it's just like
I love that about that.
Yeah.
Hooker Repeats. I like the
I love the title of that song.
I like the what's about, like the lyrics. I looked it up. It's like more like the most direct song is like no soul direction is like
it's just like calling out some dude. Yeah,
it's like I like the idea. I want to have a discussion about like selling out. What you think is selling out, but we'll talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
He's talking about like you telling me that I sold out. Like,
I sold out when I started. And,
like I mean I guess that is like technically selling out, but you want to make your music. Is that really selling out? Well, I think the weakest song to me is Jimmy.
Oh, I agree. I actually don't really like it.
Yeah.
I usually, if I listen to the album, I kind of skip over it because it's kind of boring.
I'm glad you... I was going to say the same thing.
No, it's like that album...
I don't think it's a bad song.
No, but it's the weakest song.
Yeah.
And it's kind of boring. Like, compared to the other ones, which are so exciting and like, heavy and interesting, that one's just kind of like... It's like, drags on and it's not that great. It doesn't have too many climactic moments or anything. So, actually, I agree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Push It, that's another great song, I think.
It's weird.
Yeah.
People really love that one. I don't love it as much as other people do, but I think it's got a really cool... That's another one, like, it builds and builds, and it gets to this end where it's like, it's just a really great vocal performance. And
I don't want to skip over one of my favorite songs.
Anima?
Anima, yeah.
I fucking love that song.
I know you love that song. I was like, I was thinking of Andrew, I'm like, this is his anthem.
I just love the lyrics.
Fuck off.
Like, he just says fucking all these people. I actually play it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I could like cover it acoustic.
You do? I was thinking like, do you ever play any songs?
Yeah, well, it's really hard to play Tool exactly, so I just like will learn the chords and I'll just play them on acoustic guitar because I can't play the actual guitar. Like,
I was thinking like
that's fucking way too hard. I'm not that good at guitar,
man.
But I try to sing.
I love that song. That might be my favorite song. That and Third Eye.
You actually like Third Eye?
I love.
Want to hear the crazy thing? I hate it.
Why?
It's so long and not that great. There's some great vocals.
It kept my attention the whole time.
It's really heavy. It's like I love the instrumentation and I love the aggression. And Maynard's vocals are really great. You know, go like he's just screaming his fucking heart out.
I love that.
But it's so long to me, and
I think it is too long, but I think it's a great song.
And it's coming from me, who I listen to Tool like all the time, and I'm still like, I feel like that one of all the songs that are like long, it doesn't really entertain me the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the beginning. I thought that was Bob Odenkirk at first.
No, it's
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
Yeah, I looked it up.
They were like friends with Bill Hicks, I guess.
I like the beginning. It's like it's interesting.
It's funny, yeah. I like that's my favorite part of the song. It's just Bill Hicks' joke.
Yeah. So,
my recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
After
I loved it.
Good. I'm glad we both
Jimmy's
like each other.
Jimmy's the only song that I probably would skip.
So my suggestion for you is not an album but a movie. It's the one I was telling you about, Swiss Army Man. It's on Netflix. Okay. So
gotcha.
It's like, typical movie.
Easy.
Yeah, it's easy. One movie, I think you'll like it. I think it's like quirky humor. I thought it was hilarious, and I don't know, but I definitely think it's your kind of humor. I think you'll dig it. So
sweet.
Okay.
Thank you for
that. Is your challenge.
I challenge you. What's the song again? I mean, the album again? You remember?
It's usually Wondering. But I told you to text me it, right?
I will.
Because I don't remember how to spell it. It was like...
I'm excited to hear your opinion on it.
I'm just excited to hear what this fucking is. Because I'm like... You're acting like... I'm not going to tell you anything.
I know.
I don't know. That mystery is what
I love it, though.
Alright.
Favorite albums of this decade, maybe.
You're not going to tell me like genre or anything?
No.
Alright. Good enough. Alright.
Alright, just know I love the album. You gotta love it too, okay? I'm just joking. I don't care.
Of course.
I'm here to torture you. Always. Alright, that was the episode about TV shows and bullshit. Alright. See you next time. Thanks for watching.